Good afternoon, viewers from coast to coast in Newfoundland, across Canada, and anywhere in the world you may be tuning in. We're broadcasting live from the Remax Centre St. John's Curling Club in St. John's, Newfoundland, where the 2024 Men's Provincials has been happening for the last few days. But today, the ladies' Newfoundland Scotties Provincial Playdown start, and that's where we'll be today. I'm Rob Thomas, and I'm thrilled today to be joined by 19-time Newfoundland ladies curling rep, Cathy Cunningham. Cathy, this will be an interesting day as we will be watching the veteran team of Stacey Curtis, but I think most eyes are going to be on the junior team that are playing today, skipped by this week by young Hayley Gushue. And yes, for the viewers that may recognize that name, that is the daughter of two-time Olympic champ, current Team Canada skip, Brad Gushue. Cathy, do you think she'll be feeling that pressure, or do you think she'll be happy to be here? Let's play.
Well, I think there's a couple of things that she's probably got on her mind, and it's her first Scotties that she's skipping herself because her skip, Kaylee Locke, as we know, is not here. She's off to the Youth Olympics, which is absolutely such an opportunity. I don't know that she's nervous about the fact that her dad's behind the glass. I suspect she's probably used to that by now. But I can say that she like her dad, she just pretty much pinned her draw to the button. So she's not showing any signs of nerves at this point, Rob. So excellent. I think you can count on her being there when the bell rings. I imagine she's learned a little bit about that over the years.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah, and certainly for Brad, he's used to looking back and seeing her back there, and now she's looking back to see him. So it's a great generational curling family, and we're going to see the first of it now. So as we watch, so just let me explain to our viewers who may have seen this before. This ladies' game is actually on ice 2. In the St. John's Club, we have great camera angles for ice 3 and 4. But in an effort to make sure that we gave the ladies fair coverage, we turned the cameras a little. So you'll see that the angle is a little off, but I think you'll get the idea. As you see now, Stacey now, you can see she put the first rock in, and now she's calling a guard there. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on the angles. We'll try to make sure that you know exactly what's happening as the game progresses.
Yeah, so thanks to our technology team. Trevor's been he's been a godsend. We went to go the NLCA, and obviously I say tongue in cheek, didn't really take into consideration that we were going to be broadcasting from sheets 3 and 4, and they did what they always do, is make it fair for the players to play on each sheet and whatnot, which is of course the way it has to go. But just to take a break from that for a second here, Rob, just to tell the viewers what's going on, and that is that Hayley and team did get last rock by virtue of the draw to the button, and Stacey and team put their first rock right in to the 4-foot. Unfortunately, Izzy didn't quite get out to the broom, or there's a little bit more swing there than they were counting on, so she wasn't able to remove it. And Stacey put up a guard, and now Hayley's team has recovered, made the hit into the 4-foot, and at this point, Jessica Wiseman's trying to remove it. So you're all caught up, basically, as to what has happened so far, in case you were wondering. And we'll have a look-see how these teams fare with their first game for the Provincials.
Yeah, for sure. Let me take a chance now to just introduce who's playing. So with Hayley Gushue is, and again, we'll chat a little bit more about this, but Heather Martin, who is their coach normally, is going to be playing third this week while their skip is away. Satay Penny is the second, and Izzy Patterson, so Elizabeth, but by Izzy, and Sass Sparrow is their coach. On Team Curtis, and of course, this is the defending champs. Stacey Curtis is skip, and Erica Curtis is playing third. Here's where there's a little different. Normally, Julie Hines is second, and Camille Burt plays lead, and Jessica Wiseman is the fifth. But today, Jessica's brought into action, so actually Julie Haynes will be playing lead, and Jessica will be playing second. So, and Gene Trickett, of course, is coaching them, as he has for many years, as his daughter Erica is on that team. So I think this is sort of starting, the way, pretty wide open, I think, the way Hayley would have liked it to be. There is a center guard. got Jessica now trying
Yes.
to come around it, but you don't have 10 rocks in play in their first end.
No, not as of this point either. And I think it's just both teams are just getting a feel for the ice. I am noticing that Stacy and team are coming a little deep into the 4-foot area. So, like I said, they're just trying to get used to it.
First game, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you're the champion or not. Maybe sometimes the champion has got more nerves. So, the nerves are going to be part of this as they settle in for the today and tomorrow and the rest of the weekend to see who comes out and who goes to the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Yeah, this year it's in Calgary, Alberta. Nice trip for the team that gets to play. Good, excellent arena, Windsport Arena, I think it's called.
So Haley now calling for Satay to come in and just sit down right on top of that one there in the back of the 4-foot.
Yeah,
Like they're trying to curl it a bit there with the outside sweeper. Might be a little bit heavy, just rubs off and rubs into the open. Probably just got a little outside of the broom there.
I would say, I'd be guessing, of course, but I think there's probably a little adrenaline flowing. It is there, it's the first game of the weekend. Everyone's trying to get used to the ice. Everyone's a little bit nervous. I mean, logically, there's a lot on the line here. And so when that happens, you just tend to be throwing a little bit more weight than you intend, and you don't really notice that you're doing it. And I think they'll settle down now in the next few rocks and ends as they get used to it.
I think for sure. And, a little quick shout out to Harold Walters and his ice making team. They've got it nice and keen here, so it's probably a little faster than they're used to in the club. And that's evident again right here now, as you see. Erica Trickett wanted to come down and stay probably on the top of the 4, and she's drifted back now. Looks like to the back 12. Oh, from this angle, I'd say probably
number 2.
Lion 2. Probably 1 and 2, but that's
going to be hard for us to tell who is lying what in some regard today, Rob, because we are a little tilted.
Yep.
But I would agree. I think it does right now from our vantage point look like they're lying 2. But I think that'll be short-lived because, like you said, they're all behind the tee line, and this gives Heather an opportunity now to do what no one else seems to have been able to do so far this end, and that is draw the 4-foot.
Get that draw weight. So the girls got it there now. You can't quite see the sweepers now until about right here with this angle, but you'll see that they're off it. Maybe Satay now will try to curl it in.
A little, yeah. They have to try and carve it. It's also a little bit heavy, so it's not curling as much as they hoped. But she was able to at least move it out of the way. So right now Stacy's just lying the 1. She's going to have an opportunity to lie 2 here now, and I would like to think that this will probably be an improvement here this is Erica's second shot, so she should have a good feel for what the draw weight was for her first one.
Now, you will excuse Cathy and I because I may call her Erica Trickett once in a while, of course, because I've grown up watching Erica Trickett, but she is Erica Curtis now, longtime third and teammate of Stacy, who we may call Devereaux, who is also Curtis. But we've grown up with these kids.
Maybe we'll just stick with first names today, Rob.
Yeah. And Erica looks like she's got better weight, but it
certainly didn't curl as much as they were hoping, I don't think. No.
I think we can safely say that's wide open and available to Haley. Down on a hit and roll in there. That should get them shot rock behind cover.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Heather Martin now throwing third, and because.
So Heather and Sass Sparrow actually share the coaching duties for this team, and so with Kaylee away and Heather filling in, Sass is coaching. But it is nice to have the coach on the ice sometimes too. So here we go. Nice shot by Heather.
She removes the shot rock and stays there. Now Stacy got to deal with it. Stacy got to remember that she hasn't got last rock, and there's a couple of more yellows around. So.
Yeah, I think she'll probably try and get the roll in underneath the center guard. It'll be top 4, but should be close to full 4, and that puts the pressure on Haley. I mean, conversely, I suppose if it hangs out a little bit, they could look to make the double on the 2 yellows on the 8-foot. And it doesn't seem to be curling much here, Rob, but we'll have a see now what happens with Stacey's first stone here of the first end.
See Erica's from right on the corner of the rock. That indicates that the ice is pretty straight when you up your weight. So we got Stacey Curtis, her first rock here in the first end of the Newfoundland Ladies Scotties Provincial Tournament. Off and running. We've got lots of other games on the ice. We'll update you on all of that in the second end, but there's some big games on the men's side also happening. So, oh, now Erica's got the girls on for line.
Yeah, they're yelling pretty hard here. It tells me that she didn't quite get out to her broom, I don't think. So we'll see how this goes now and whether or not she gets the roll that she was looking for.
Oh, she takes a piece and then, luckily for her, misses her back one. So
she may have been a little fooled by what was happening out on the take outside with Heather Martin's rocks. I know that Heather throws a fair amount of handle. Her rocks are going to run a little bit straighter. And she may have been fooled a little bit by that. So this is Haley's first rock of the first, as you said, opening end here. She's going to be attempting to come around the center guard. And with Stacey only having one rock left, she's going to want to leave this top button for sure, make it as hard as she can and as easy as she can for a second shot.
It's
so
a little early in the game and the tournament for her to try. She probably could look at the other side and come around and tap that back a little and possibly have some ado. But she knows the ice here, and I'm sure she's quite happy to get one in behind cover here in the top four.
I think so. It's sort of like a race to the button thing with Haley and team now. I mean, they do have less rock, so they have 2 rocks left to the one of the Stacey Curtis team. So it'd be important for her to get this into the top 4 and put some pressure back on Stacey.
Looks like it's going to be really tight for line. Weight may be down a little bit, which probably helped it curl a lot. But actually, the weight wouldn't have been too bad.
It was pretty good weight, yeah. She would have certainly been probably biting the 8-foot, but...
Got a little inside now.
Yeah, a little. Well, she may not have actually gotten a little inside, Rob. She might just have been a little light and of her, intended target. But we'll, one or the other, obviously.
Yep.
So Stacey now, I guess the ball's back in her court here. She can lie too, but she's got to change directions now and come around the other way, which is new, fresh ice to both teams. So yeah, it's a bit tricky.
She was looking at.
It's not a lot of ice. I wonder if she's playing a tap.
Wow, I don't think I'd do that.
I'm not sure I would either.
If
but
you ever opened it up, it's a double for 3 or 4. True. Yeah, so.
Yep, that's
they must
true.
They must have seen something in practice. Maybe they're just throwing a straight guard, Kath.
Could be.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of ice for that though either.
Even for that, no, I agree. So we'll see. We'll learn now. See if they've learned something in their practice that we can see. But
might be a straight spot there on the 4-foot line too.
I don't even.
We don't know.
I'm not even sure about the guard. I don't like the idea from her side that Haley could make a pistol run back there. 3-2. Oh,
she's got options that Stacey doesn't have. That's for sure. So in the delivery, it doesn't look like there's a lot of weight in this shot. So I'm thinking that it is actually a guard.
She's guarding her run back.
She might be guarding the hole. They're trying to make it curl, so
yeah. So they must be
guarding the tap.
They're guarding the tap
the yellow
on the yellow,
tap,
and they're gonna give Haley the.
They give her the draw for the 1. Yeah. So you can see that Haley's taking quite a bit more ice because obviously she's got to get around that center line blue guard.
Yeah, it's a big shot for the young.
It is fresh ice
skip.
too.
Fresh ice.
I don't know if they threw over here in practice, so we'll see now how this reacts. She does have a fairly good feel for the draw weight, though. I mean, she did pin her draw to the button, and
Yeah, she's got two
her
great.
first draw on the other side was pretty close. So I think she's probably got a good idea in her head of what she's got to throw to make this.
Two great sweepers, Sate Penny and Izzy Patterson. They're going to take this from her hand and keep an eye out. From our vantage up here, the weight looked good out of her hand, so it's up to.
So yeah, initially they're not panicked to sweep, and I know you can't. Unfortunately, the
That should
viewing
come into
audience
view
can't
there
see
now.
what's
There they
happening
come.
here. So
they're trying to come around the blue. Everything looks good
working
right
pretty
now.
hard here on this. Looks like pretty good weight though.
And she's got a little bit of backing if she ever needed it.
Close.
That's a great shot for
Hayley
Gushue.
Well, that'll help get the butterflies out. Yeah.
Good for her.
Nice shot.
So after a great draw to the 4-foot, that puts Hayley Gushue up 1 point now in the first end against Team Curtis. So we'll come back and we'll let you know what other games are on the go as we keep an eye on this one. We'll be back in 30 seconds. All right, we're back here again, broadcasting live from the St. John's Curling Club Remax Centre in St. John's, Newfoundland. We've got both the ladies' Scotties that we're watching and the men's tankard playdowns. Of course, with Brad Gushue now already in the Brier as Team Canada, this has given the 9 teams here in the St. John's, or in the Newfoundland region, chance to send another team to the Brier. So it's a fierce competition. And just to let you know, some of the men's games that are on the go, a couple of really important ones. We have on sheet 3, we have Team Thomas from Portabask and Team Tipple from St. John's, and there's a connection there we'll tell about later, but both of them are looking for their first win. Also being streamed on Ice 4, the men's team, it's being streamed by Mark Nosery and Glenn Goss, a couple of steely-eyed veterans. An important game with Team Simmons at 3-1. And Nathan Young at 3-0. So Simmons would like to bring him back. So that's a big one. Sheet 5 has another huge game for the standings with Ryan McNeil Lambswood putting his perfect 4-0 record on the line against Greg Smith at 3-1. That's a big game. Ice 6, important game with 2 teams with 2 losses. And it's starting to look like a third loss could be dicey to try to get to the playoffs. So Trent Skeens and Harold Walters will be playing over there. And the other 2 ladies' teams, Sarah Boland and Brooke Gosland, are playing on Ice 1 next to us. No big scores to say yet, but we'll keep you updated as the game goes by. So, go ahead.
So, Rob, actually on sheet 1, the other ladies' game, we do see Brooke Gosland did get 2 in the first end against Sarah Boland, and so Sarah has last rock in the second. So coming back to our game, we're just playing the leads rocks here. You can see that the Gushue rink has put up the center guard and attempted to come around, and now Stacy is trying to remove the one that's in the 12-foot and roll under, which a little bit too much roll, I think. Yeah, a little bit too much roll, so she's peeked out the other side. Fully available now to the Gushue rink to remove and roll back in toward the middle, which Hayley will be asking Sate to do. She'll be throwing an out turn down here. I suspect with what they would call their, control weight takeout by the look of it.
This young team has done a lot of great things now. It looks like Sate may have squeezed that a little bit. We'll see if she comes by. Seems to be staying straight. The straight sweeper's got it.
Yeah,
It's
she's
the
going
roll
to stick,
and-
but again, peeking out the other side this time.
Same. For
And although you can't really tell by the camera view, that is fully available to Jessica Wiseman now. So Jessica will throw her intern at this.
I guess full disclosure here, Jessica Wiseman, of course, formerly
Yes.
Jessica Cunningham, which would be
Yes.
Cathy's daughter.
That is true.
But let's show no favor today.
We'll try not to.
We'll try. Maybe a scream now and then. Looks like Jessica's in pretty good shape here. She'll make the hit. And
Yeah,
gonna roll a bit too
she's
far
going to
again.
roll, but I don't think she's going to stick. No, unfortunately, she's a little bit tight on that, or it curled a little bit more than they were expecting, one or the other. So that leaves the house wide open for Haley and team now to take advantage and put some pressure back on Stacy's last stone. So she's calling for an out-turn draw around the center guard, and we'll see how that goes.
Slide there for those that don't do a lot of curling. Of course, the team without last rock now, so Haley Gushue wants to get up to something in the center and then try to get into the button, guard it before the other team can get going. So now you got Izzy trying to keep this straight for a second, but it's
She
a by
didn't
the
really want to
guard.
be sweeping it, I don't think. She had been telling Haley all the way down that it didn't require any sweeping, but the last minute sweep there, like you said, was just to keep it
Make sure it
from
doesn't-
ticking the guard off of the center line, which they wouldn't want to do. It does give a little bit of an advantage back to Stacy, but at the end of the day, she's kept her center guard, which is clearly what her plan was to start with. So Jessica will try and come around now, top four. I was going to say duplicate, but in actual fact, she wouldn't want to duplicate,
No,
would she?
no.
She'd want to be top four.
Roll.
So girls are working pretty hard at this. Looks like they're going to have to go for weight.
We're short and tight here, Kath, on
Yeah,
this one. So
certainly over curled, and maybe because it was tight or light, but she won't be happy with that one.
No.
Even her mother can't say that was good.
no, so advantage now back to Gushue. She has two guards now, and she'll want this one to stop before the T line. Of course, the T line being
Yeah.
the center of the ring there. That,
And this is the kind of thing that they talk. A lot of commentators talk about, and the importance of taking advantage of a miss. And I guess Jessica, unfortunately, didn't take advantage of the miss by Zate, and now the reverse is going to happen. Heather is going to try and take advantage of Jessica's miss and get around these two center guards that are really for advantage Gushue.
there's right on the pin there.
Right on the
so
pin, probably a little deep. I don't
Some
think she
people
would
would
have
say
wanted to
that's
come
2
that
feet
far.
too deep.
Yeah,
but-
I don't think she would have wanted to come that deep. Let's face it, she would have wanted or preferred to be, top button for sure, top four probably. So it does hand the reins back to Erica Curtis now, who will try and duplicate that now, because she is going to need to freeze and tap it a little bit actually to make room for two. So that'll be her goal.
Eric Curtis, you can see the girls coming into your screen now in the top right, sweeping that off and
Rock
on.
is
It's a good.
really wide though, Rob. It must not be sweepable though, because they're not trying to carve it. They're just, oh, there we go.
Second there now to try to get it onto the corner.
Yeah,
So
that's a
it's-
pretty good shot actually. I
shot there.
wasn't sure that it was going to curl that much actually. It was quite a ways out into the 8 foot, so not quite the line they were looking for, but great weight. So Haley's not being fooled by that, not going to try and hit it. She's going to try and take advantage of the fact that there's some rocks in play in the 4 foot here now and make it as hard as possible for Stacy to score. So she's going to be looking to come, I think, down to this blue one and just a little bit of an inside roll off of it and tap it back. If it ticks off of the back yellow, then she'll open it up again. She'll open up the blue one. She'll be able to play it later, potentially. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, much curl there. I don't know
Yeah.
if the edge of the blue one might be available to just touch it with a lightweight. We'll see what
Yeah,
she calls.
I think
Nope,
she's going
calling
to. Yeah, she's pretty much got to try that because I mean, right now Haley is lying shot rock, so she's got to do something to open up the forefoot for herself. No, so she's going to peel the top. A little bit late in the game for that, but they don't really have a good shot at getting at the forefoot rock belonging to the Gushue team. So.
Probably felt if she put one there that Gushue would put up another guard.
She may,
very
yeah.
hard to get to.
And why not? She just did that, so you know.
This way, if she happens, she might get some action in the back. I'm not sure if she's looking for that, but if not, I mean, Stacey will have a look at it from both
she's
sides.
She's going to be trying to double peel here, Rob. I think she's got to get rid of something. Yeah. So she's removed the guard that that Heather Martin just placed, but really not entirely improved her lot in life here at this point of the end. This is still advantage Gushue as I see it, and they will be throwing back another top 12 foot. Probably doesn't even need to be top 12 foot. It could probably just be biting or short to the rings. But anyway, they're going to try and protect their yellow rock on the button. So for those of you watching, Haley would want to be protecting actually the blue rock. The yellow rock is not really accessible, but the blue one is, and so she'll probably try and cover that one so that Stacey doesn't really have any access to what's going on in the button area. So here we go. Outturn. Guard. I'm told this is the hardest shot for Skip to throw.
Scares.
I used to love it. I used to love it. I used to say to the girls, if I'm throwing a guard, we're in great shape. So I'll throw guards all day.
Haley seems to have a great line, but a little bit they're keeping an eye for weight now. They don't want to, as long as they get covered, they don't mind being a little deep, but they got to make sure they get a corner.
Well, I think the idea is to, like I was saying, Rob, is to cover the blue one. I'm not so.
She's done that. It's a very nice shot.
Yes, she has actually. It's a lovely shot. You can't really see it from our vantage point, but from behind the glass, which we do have the luxury of also seeing, it is covering the blue rock. So she's done a great job. She's also put a little bit, yet another yellow rock in the ring. So Stacey has to be careful. She doesn't move her blue rocks too far and give Haley an opportunity to remove something here. So we'll see what they call. She's looking at the in off on the outside yellow. She's looking at the run back. And now she's looking at removing this guard. So she has a couple of options on her last rock, I think. So remove this guard. Haley will probably put it back, and then she can have a go at the in off.
Does she ever or try to come straight back in? Or is that too risky to take out her own blue? But if she could ever tickle that back yellow, great shape. But it's a risky shot.
She has to be careful because if she throws it straight back, she's going to remove her own blue as well. That won't be beneficial to anyone. Well, it'll be beneficial to Haley, but it won't be beneficial to Team Curtis for sure. So she's not playing a lot of weight, so she's I think she's trying to punch this through these two yellows on the right-hand side.
She may be looking to touch her own blue there.
Yeah, she may be trying to move
This is going to be really close. She gets by. Oh, but she does that was the risk there.
That would be the risk there, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Oh. They're lying 4, so Haley Gushue in good shape here.
Surprised at that call, actually. I don't think I would have done that. I think she had to know that was risk. That there was a risk there if it ever curled up a little bit too much, which is clearly what happened. So, not sure the benefit of that call, actually, Rob. I think they'll look back on that and regret. But anyway, advantage Team Gushue here for sure. So
massive. This is going to put a lot of pressure
Haley
on.
is just. I didn't see the indication, so I don't know if she's coming in with another one or if she's throwing up a guard to take away the run or the tap.
And the draw. I mean, this is right now extremely hard for for Stacey to even score one. Mm-hmm. She may be happy to be drawing now to cut her down to one. So big shot here. I mean, she wants to make sure she guards that run back, but either way, anything in front of these is going to be good. So Heather is indicating she wants it right there, as we've said many times. It's really nice when your third goes up and puts her broom right where you want it, so it gives a good eye to the sweepers on where to go. So this one looks like it's going to be
actually
just past it. Now you want to try to just get a corner in. There, it covers up that shot. Oh boy, okay. So I would have thought she would have come the other way, but Stacey obviously has a preference here to come with the in-turn.
Yeah, I think she's probably not able to get shot as easily from the out-turn draw because the blue rock is closer. This gives her a little bit more room to curl past the guards to get in to actually hit the button.
Yeah. So I was thinking she was going to give up one, but the angles, when I do look at it from behind, you can actually get to that shot rock with back four weight.
You can, yeah.
So this is a huge shot.
Again, fresh ice over here too, Rob. This
bottom
is
line,
not going to be an easy shot to play.
Drawn against four here in the.
She is, and so we don't want to be. I don't think the girls will want to call this too close to the center line guards.
That's the first thing.
Want to make sure that you get by for sure.
And they are shouting hard to get by that guard. If they get by the guard, they may have the right ice. But this is getting very close. Oh, she gets by the guard. What a great piece of sweeping by the Curtis team. And I think
that was great sweeping. I think they didn't quite get shot rock out of it from what the overhead look that we got here. So I'm fairly certain that Team Gushue got steal of one there, but was a big draw by Stacey Curtis. That was a game changer, as they call it.
If Haley did get one there, that shot couldn't be made because she
did not know. That's right. Actually, I wondered if she actually ticked it. I didn't see.
Guard?
Yeah, she did. I don't know if she rubbed it or not, but.
Okay. There we go. So it's
steal a one for Team Gushue, and so they're up 2 after 2 with last rock retained by Team Curtis.
Okay, and we will be right back with end number 3. All right, we're back, and of course we've confirmed 100% now that it was a steal of one for Haley Gushue, up 2-0 now. And again, we are live here in the St. John's Curling Club Remax Center. I'm Rob Thomas. I'm here with Cathy Cunningham. We're calling the first game of the double round robin. There's 4 teams in the ladies section of the draw here. And just a quick update on that ice one now. Sarah Hill, Sarah Boland, and Brooke Goslin. They're now tied 2-2 after 2. And as we say in ours, we're 2-0 now for Haley Gushue. Pretty much a dream start for her. I mean, the last thing she wanted to do was get in over her head, and certainly it doesn't look like she's over her head right now. And the team is playing well in front of her.
They are actually, Robin. They've been making some really nice shots. She's got a good feel for where to put the broom, and her team are producing, for her. So she's really in control of this game early. I mean, it's a long game, obviously. 10-end games. There can be a couple of shifts of momentum happen in a 10-end game, as we know. But right now, she's in pretty good control with one in the first and a steal of one in the second end. They played that second end really, really well.
It absolutely
they
did.
They
were
error-free in that
very
end.
tough shot.
And, they played it. They deserved the steal, and
Yep.
there you have it.
So just as you just mentioned, these games, I mean, for most of you, the viewers that are probably watching, you see a lot of slam games, but they're all 8 ends. But of course, we're playing world or Olympic or Canadian curling rules, and it's 10 ends, and it makes a big difference when you're trying to come back, for sure. We've seen a couple of games already on the men's side that the teams were down pretty bad after 5. On an 8-end game, you'd almost shake hands, but both came back to win in the 10th with steals. So it's it is a long game. So 2-0 is nothing to worry about with it.
No, and I mean, Stacey is, I guess, in this field, we can call her a veteran.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
She's been around a long time, so she won't panic. Being down 2 points is not that big of a deal. She can regroup from that fairly easily. I suspect, with some good shots ahead of her, they will have their opportunities through the next 8 ends, I'm sure.
So now you see what's happening here. This is looks like the no-tick rule, was it? I wasn't watching the shot.
Well, free guard zone, not the no-tick.
She removed.
Yeah,
okay.
she removed, so it goes back. She didn't get through the port, so she removed the blue guard, and in doing so, it can be replaced. So.
And we are indeed playing the no-tick rule here also. So for those of you who don't know it, if you take that one that's right on the center line, the yellow one, the blue team can't even tick that off for the 5 rocks. But that came into play just a year or two ago when the teams in the Scott, the Briar, the Slams are getting so good at just ticking that rock off and not removing it that they're trying to even the playing field a little bit. So we've got the 5 rock, free guard, no tick. So lots of rules.
Well, they keep changing the game a little bit here and there, and I think it's all to make it a little bit more interesting to watch.
Yeah, and on
as
top
teams get better and better, and equipment improves, ice conditions improve, they make a lot more rocks, and we watch it. When you watch the men and the women in the slams, they make so many incredible shots. It's insane, really. But so for the viewing audience, it gets a little bit boring if it's just slam this and slam that. So you try to create a game that creates interest.
Absolutely. And I think they've done a good job of doing that.
Seems to be lots of talk. I'm hearing lots of talk about the corner guard situation as well. So whether or not they're going to try and suggest that the corner guards cannot be ticked either. So we'll see how that goes.
We just saw a great shot there from Satay there. She made the double, and so they're back to an open house now. But I think Stacey will probably try to come around her corner guard again.
Yeah, that was the call. So she's asking Jessica to throw the out turn around this corner guard. She actually almost got through. She just rubbed the guard on the first attempt. Now this one seems to be a little bit wider, unfortunately. So
that's definitely. Maybe too late to try a
too
tick
late to try
there.
and tick it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, she's
Now they'll try to carve it in.
carve it and go deep, and it looks like she's got it behind the corner guard. It is deep, too deep, a little bit too deep. I think she's gone out the back. Yeah. So back to advantage Team Gushue here now, and this is an opportunity now for Haley to really put some pressure on Team Curtis. She's got 2 center guards. They can both be removed now after this shot, but at the end of the day, this is going to make it so that Stacy's going to be chasing again, and certainly right now the control still remains with Team Gushue.
Heather Martin's first rock here in the third end, and see the girls coming over the hog. Now they're starting to sweep it. I think the weight is fine. I don't know if they were
Looks like
thinking
they're
about
by for sure, and I guess they were wondering whether or not it was going to be, but she's a little heavy. She will hang here in the back 12. Yes, it is buried, which means, Stacy's got to think about this now. I mean, nothing's changed since the last rock that she's played. She can still go around her corner guard if she wants to. I think she's thinking she needs to change the water on the beans, as we say here in Newfoundland, and maybe it's time to remove these guards.
This would be Erica's first rock.
Yes.
So that's, as you said, Cathy. This is a full mindset change here for a skip. There's a time to bail and a time to be aggressive, and
Yep.
she probably feels if she draws around there and Haley comes right behind her that
Yep.
there's
That's a really nice shot
that's
by Erica,
fantastic
though.
shot by Erica.
Really nice shot by Erica. She's really cleaned it up well and left herself with 2 corner guard opportunities. So now Haley doesn't really have any advantage in removing a corner guard because she's going to leave one behind.
to leave one. So good call here. This is
Yeah.
this is what has to be. And I'm going to ask Heather now to come around the 2 corners that you see on the right of your screen.
Yeah, she'll want to
But
get.
yeah, it's a great shot there for Erica Curtis to help out the skipper.
So Heather's been asked to come around the corner guard on the outturn side. Girls are sweeping it pretty hard here now. Looks like she's going to get by.
First thing is to get by. Now you don't want to be deep. I don't.
You don't want to be too deep, but now they're trying to carve it. So she's
Trying to
just
carve
above the tee line, which is a nice shot,
No,
and it is buried. So
so Stacy
great
still.
rock there by Heather Martin, and Stacy now is calling the corner freeze on that.
She can corner it and still be shot.
She can with a piece of it underneath too, so won't be an easy
Another-
remove. But it's a pretty precise shot here required by Erica Curtis.
Especially after Erica just throwing a double peel and big weight. Now she's got to bring it right down, bring her weight down, and it's got to be perfect to be shot. It's got it seems to have lots of line, more than the last one, but they're working it hard.
No, she's got lots of weight.
Oh, it's it. No, it's her weight is way down again.
Yeah.
Having a little struggle with her weight so far. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be safe to say that the entire Curtis team is struggling right now.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
fair assessment. Yeah. So now their psychology training's got to come into play here and just say, look, only 2, we lots of time, but
Yeah.
don't get in any more trouble. Make sure we're the next team to score, no matter what, if it's a 1 or a 2. Just make sure we're still in it here. Don't give up another steal. But this is sort of what Haley was. I'm not sure what she called.
I don't know.
Here,
I
Cathy?
didn't see the call.
Is she just splitting the rings? It's a lot of ice to split the rings, but
Yeah.
it could be. Yeah, I think it must be just come probably to the top 12 or the top
Top
8
12
even.
maybe.
Yeah, top
Bite
12.
the top 12.
Again, I might go the other way, but and if you were a little deep, you could get it behind
I think
again.
they know this side a little bit better.
Yeah, maybe. Played first. Okay, so Gushue now her first rock in the third.
Yeah.
Up 2-0.
In turn to the top 12.
Yeah,
Try to
that's-
choke off the 4-foot draw. Sweepers are not touching it. Tells me it might not be top 12. It's pretty close though.
That was
No,
pretty
it's a great
much where
shot.
Heather had her broom.
No, that's
So
a good shot. That's a very good shot.
there.
So
Now-
Haley has a good feel for her draw weight. She's
Certainly seems like it, doesn't
she's
it?
placing
Yep.
her rocks exactly where where she wants to place them. So good for her.
So Stacy now has, I mean,
She's going to try the corner freeze that Erica
same
didn't make.
shot
yeah.
that Erica tried. Yeah,
And she's just
you
looking
should
at
have a
the,
really good
ice
idea of the
selection.
line now. Yep.
Now they
certainly know
do
each other.
have Erica's guards a little bit in the way, so she had to come out a little tiny bit wider than she gave Erica, I think.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
yeah, so it's now. I mean, it shouldn't really be in the way because it's higher as well, but
May
it
even
does
help a little, Kath,
certainly
because
in the
now
eyesight.
she doesn't have to be right on
can
top of
bury,
the other
she
one.
can
Yeah.
bury
She can
and
bury
corner
and be
freeze
shot
too,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
out
again-
turn draw to the top 8 to try and corner on the yellow to be shot rock, and if she does get, 2/3 to 3/4 of a freeze there, then she will be buried as well, Rob. So it'll be a nice shot.
It's again
if she can
pressure.
make it, it's a
There's
nice shot.
they're putting pressure on the veterans here to make their shots. And
It's a
I'll
good
give it-
opportunity for, as they call a skip's deuce here, though,
Yep.
for Stacy. I mean, she does have corner guards, and that's what she wants. So take advantage of it now.
So from up above, it looks like the line is good. The girls
Yeah,
are
it's
working
pretty
it,
good.
maybe working it now for some weight. You'll
They're
see them
going
as they
pretty
come
hard on it.
into.
I don't think she's got. She's
No
not
problem
got
for line.
She doesn't have any extra weight. Let's just say, they are going hard, and they
can
got to
get
keep
it in
going.
there.
If they want to get shot rock, they got to keep going.
No, I don't think so,
Don't think
Kathy.
ooh.
Hard to tell again
Hard
from
to tell
this
from
angle,
this
but
vantage
yeah.
point, and we don't have an overhead camera down there that we can look at. It looks like yellow.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and where it's on the Remax balloon is a little harder to see, but I'm pretty sure that's a yellow rock there.
It certainly looks like it from that vantage point, doesn't it?
Didn't you can see there that's a little bit of a different angle, but
Still looks yellow.
still looks
Yeah,
it's,
it still looks yellow. Whatever way you look
yeah.
at it, it looks
If the
yellow.
line
so.
continued through
Yeah.
through that Remax balloon, it'd be a little easier for us to see, but I don't think it changes at all for Haley here. She's going to either tap or just come around that yellow that she
Yeah.
gets through.
I think from the ice selection, she's just it's a draw to the
Draw
4 foot around
around,
the top 12 rock that she just placed there. So she's
And once again, if she gets into the top 4 here for shot rock, she's putting immense pressure on to even score one again here in the third.
Yeah, you were right about that. So out turn draw around the 12-foot yellow rock for Haley Gushue to try and, we believe, sit 2.
Was it good? Technically sound, comes out, nice release, gives it to the sweepers.
So it's a nice line on this, Rob. It's curling quite lovely right now, inside and around, coming around that top guard.
I think that's a perfect position. She can't, Stacy can't hit it if she'd made it the second shot. I'm not sure about that.
I don't know
Stacey
that
can't
she
touch
did
it.
actually. She may have given Stacy an opportunity to tap her own blue now for 2.
And roll in. Okay.
Yeah.
So she wanted to be, she had to be into the 4 foot.
She need
there.
a couple
that's
more
right.
inches was all she
Yeah.
really needed. Yeah, just ran
Yeah,
out of
so-
steam. I mean, the girls were sweeping it, so
So from the other angle you see now on the left, you can see Stacy just touch that. So she wants to touch, and roll into
yeah.
into the center for 2. It's a delicate weight shot, but certainly
It is
accessible
because
for her.
her top blue rock is
it's-
it's buried, so
yeah, it's-
you can't really throw a lot of weight at it. Maybe a back
That's
line.
back line, I think. So another exacting shot here for Stacy Curtis. She comes down with her last rock here in the third end. She's down 2-0, and again facing at least one. With a difficult chance, but a chance to score 2. So big shot early in this game.
Yeah, big shot. She also needs to be careful of the line on this shot too, Rob, because if she does get by the front and she curls too much, then her shooter won't outcount the yellow rock that
right.
Haley just threw. So it's really a precise shot in that she can only hit about half
To get
of
the two.
the top blue rock that she's trying to hit. So it's a thing that Erica's going to have to be paying attention to. You got to get it by, but you also can't let it curl once it gets by because you have to hit only
On the
half
release,
of it.
they're starting to sweep very hard on the straight side.
Yep, they
So the
certainly
first
are.
thing they got to do is try to get by the guard. If they
I
get by the
think
guard,
they
it's going to
are
be really
very
close. And,
Yep.
oh, she ticked it.
She ticked it. Another little
And she
tick.
ticked it. And she ticked it. I don't know if she ticked it
Don't know if
enough.
she ticked it enough to get shot rock out of it or not.
Somebody point at it now. Okay, I
Yeah.
see Haley point. Hello. See what Erica says. So if Erica moves a rock, it's a 1. If she says she wants to make,
I think they're going to measure.
is it a 3-way measure? I didn't think that one over there
I'm
was
not
still in
so
play.
sure. No one's
one's touching,
no one on the Gushue team is moving that yellow rock until Erica has a look at it. She hasn't even looked at it yet. I don't think she's only looked at the two that are over there
Yeah.
that are close to each other. So
Erica did say, "Don't touch that one over there." So she's going to
did she?
measure
Okay.
all 3, but I don't think that one's in play. So this for anybody
they've
that
moved it now, so it's
oh,
not in
okay.
play,
So
yeah.
it's down to a 1, and so this for those who don't play, or this is the measuring stick that we use here now in St. John's. What Erica will do now is get a reading, which will show her exactly how close that one is to the button, and now she'll make that same reading over there, and that obviously hit a lot harder. Heather moves in the one that's shot rock, so it is yet another steal for Haley Gushue. So you got 3-0 now. You got Gushue over the defending champ, Stacey Curtis. So we'll take a little break. We'll come back with an update of the other games, and we'll do a little spotlight on why Haley Locke isn't playing this game. We'll be right back.
So welcome back, everyone. We'll just do a quick update here. It's the 3-2 for Team Godsland over Team Boland on sheet 1. That's the ladies' game. Our game, as you know, is 3-0 for Haley Gushue over Stacey Curtis, with 4-0 for Team Tipple over Team Thomas of Port Basque. It's 1-1 in the game that the men are watching with bated breath. For Team Young and Team Simmons are tied at 1 after the third end. It's 2-1 for Team Greg Smith over Team McNeil Lambswood on sheet 5. Another close one there, and Harold Walters unfortunately is down 6-1 on sheet 6, losing to Team Skanes. So Rob, it's a little bit of control going on here by Team Gushue.
Yeah,
A young women's team, very good at what they do, obviously, taking control of this, really playing well in comparison to Team Curtis, especially because Team Curtis is really struggling out there. I think that they are having a hard time getting the feel for the weight, and it's just throwing a wrench into their game completely at this moment. So, advantage Haley Gushue and team up 3-0 after 3 ends.
Yep. Haley had her lead Izzy put one up front, and Stacey's lead, Julie's playing lead today. She actually came deep, so Haley made the hit and stick over there now. So you got Stacey now trying to put up the center guard, but
Corner
guard. Sorry, yeah, it was. So now Haley's going to put the pressure on and come right around again.
Well, Julie's corner guard actually didn't curl as much as they would have liked. It's sort of
almost
in that whole like in between area, not really a corner, not really a center, but Haley's decided that she thinks it's close enough to the center to call it a center, so she's going around.
Yep. So I'll take 2 seconds now and just explain that. So as we've said a number of times, of course, Haley Gushue actually normally plays third for Kaylee Locke, and Haley's had a very exciting year so far this year. She and young Simon Perry, who also is one of the big hopes in the juniors, they've actually won a contest now, and they are representing not Newfoundland, they're representing Canada in the Youth Olympics in South Korea. That they're actually over there now. They're both in high school, and they're actually over in South Korea right now, and their games start tomorrow. This is a mixed doubles, so that's the newer of the sports, of course, in the curling side. But they've only been together like for 7 months. But 2 fantastic young curlers out of Newfoundland. The Newfoundland junior curling program is alive and well, and we'll talk about that further as the week goes on. But so you've got actually 2 Newfoundland kids from high school, Kaylee Locke and Simon Perry, right now in South Korea, ready to start the Youth Olympics starting tomorrow. So as the weekend goes by here, of course, we'll be keeping a close eye.
Yes.
Those 2 as they start what's a very exciting chapter of their lives.
Amazing when you think about it, Rob. I mean, I know we're a little bit old to be talking about juniors, but at the end of the day, when we were in our junior years, these opportunities weren't there.
Oh, that's right.
They just weren't. And, so I have to say hats off to those 2 young people who get to represent the country at the Youth Olympics. An amazing opportunity, such a privilege and an honor to represent your country. But, at such a young age, they're both mature beyond their years, obviously, and we wish them all the best of luck. We'll be watching every single rock with bated breath.
As we said, and we're used to it with Brad, and I mean, not only Newfoundland cheering for you now, but all of Canada.
Yeah.
That's a really good feeling, and we, as you said, we wish very best, and we'll keep up with them, and maybe they're watching right now, or maybe they're in bed. I'm not sure what time it is in South Korea.
I suspect, it's bed.
But I mean, I'm sure if Kaylee is awake, I'm sure she's got this streaming.
She's going to be watching her team.
Her team.
So
really
these girls
close.
have a busy couple of weeks coming up. I mean, very shortly, Kaylee's going to be actually meeting them at the under-18 Canadian Championships after the Youth Olympics. So lots going on in that little girl's world right now.
Yep. So good luck to those guys. Let's get back to this one, Kath. And right now you got Stacey Curtis not doing what she wants to do, coming around center guards, but she got a nice shot there, the back of the 4, and
It's
He'll
pretty good.
probably follow her down.
Yeah. Again, it is a little bit heavy, unfortunately, Rob. It's just not quite the right weight that the girls are just not there. They were sweeping that one, I think, for line, but in the end, it's back 4, which gives the advantage back to Team Gushue here. So Heather Strong's been asked to throw a similar rock to the one that Jessica just threw, out-turn draw to the 4-foot. Heather will, of course, want to be above the tee line. Wouldn't be the end of the day if she came right down to the yellow rock. I think Haley wouldn't mind forcing one here, but they're still set up for a good opportunity to steal a point here, depending on how the end of this end goes. So pretty good weight there by Heather. It just didn't curl quite as much as Jessica's did, but similar weight. Gives a bit of an advantage to Stacy now. She can call the same draw around to the top 4. Be really important for Erica to get her draw weight here now. She's been struggling with a bit light, a bit heavy, so see how this one goes. But similar shot, out turn draw around the 2 center quasi center guards to the top 4.
Oh, let's see, the girl's coming down. It seems like the weight is...
So they've switched sweepers now to try and get some carving going on here.
Jess is working this one hard to...
Yeah, it just didn't curl in, Rob.
Curl
Sure. Same weight, though. Sort of a back 4 kind of weight, so...
No.
Stacy is lying too, but she's vulnerable for sure.
I think the one blue there, the one back of the 4 foot, may be open to. She does want to hit it. She's thinking here, there's a couple of blues around. Probably get rid of one, or does she come down and try to take the end?
Yeah, I'm not sure that there's a good opportunity to hit something here. I mean, she's going to jam it. If she hits the
back blue?
The top blue. Well, it's not really open, Rob.
Oh, isn't it?
The back blue. Well, it is open from the intern.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. She could do it that way. She could come that way. I don't know if there's enough room between the 2 yellow rocks to actually stay straight enough. She might hit the other one, which wouldn't be bad either. So she does have options here for sure. She can come in turn or she can come around out turn. But I don't think on the out turn side she's not going to hit. If she goes out turn, she's going to draw.
Right.
On the in turn side, she has the opportunity to hit. Looks like she does.
Yep. So this will be Heather's second rock. So it's getting a little bit late in the end. Just before she shoots,
It is,
I have
and
been. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, it is a little bit late in the end. I'm not sure I like this call. I'm standing here 6 feet away from Brad Gushue, and I'm saying that I don't like his daughter's call, but I don't really like the call. I think she's got the advantage of 2 guards up here and 2 rocks behind the tee lines that she could draw down to it and put some real pressure on Stacy. So I'm not sure that this is going to buy them much.
Do you think the scoreboard plays a little bit into this? Up 3.
Well, I don't.
Get rid of blue?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's where that could be it. Yeah, you're right there.
Go back to my first year in the men's with 81 with Lester Bowering. If it ain't there, it can't score. But something happened to that one.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that. If she was a bit light or if she just didn't get out to the broom, not sure.
Does take off one of the ones up front, but
Yeah.
the advantage is coming to Stacy here
It
now.
definitely is. Yeah. It's it's unfortunate, but anyway, she's still up 3. Stacy has 2 rocks on tee line and back 4, so if Erica makes this shot up top 8, she's still leaving the same draw for Haley. So
From the out
Yeah.
side. Okay.
yep, the out turn side. Well, I don't know if it curls enough on the out turn side, and that may be why we've switched over to the intern.
Yeah, this looks like
This
it's
is.
well inside. Is it?
I think it's just light, Rob.
Play it again.
Yeah, I think it's just light.
Erica really struggling with
Yeah, I
throwing.
don't know if it's a
After
rock or if it's
I
not.
want to
but-
try to bring it up and tick it in
Yeah.
corner and try to get a bit of a... Now she may have a draw on either side.
The intern draw, the pathway through the center line blue and the yellow rock that's just off the rings there is not very wide, but it is available.
Looking at now, is she going to take a good... Heather's looking at an angle on the yellow. Yellow run back, that seems a little risky right now, but probably a good draw on either side. Those guards are both fairly high.
The intern draw doesn't look hugely appealing from
Okay.
behind the glass. I just took a walk over and had a look. There's not a lot of room. It's just about a rock width. I mean, you can certainly do it with the intern, but then you're trying to negotiate the hole at the same time that you're trying to negotiate the weight. And I don't know if I would be playing it. I might be inclined to try the out turn one more time instead. But
I just saw.
I feel like this might be a tap.
Yeah, I saw Heather just tap her broom back to the back of the 8. So asking Haley to throw just a strong draw weight. Just get down to the front of that blue, tap that back enough that
Yellow.
she wants to come back.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Tap the blue. And beeline 1 and 3 if you could ever move that one.
Tricky little shot here.
Yeah, it is. It's really not, like you say, is not much of a hole to come through. I don't think, are they trying to drive the yellow back?
I think I think so. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, they did talk about the tap. I saw the indication. The broom is actually close for either shot.
Yep.
Like it's close for the draw, but it's also close for the tap. So
Eye on her release. See what kind of
yeah,
weight.
looks
Okay,
like
so
she's
it
got.
doesn't- it's
I
nothing.
think it's tap weight that she's thrown.
So Heather watching now. So
Yep.
it certainly looks like they're playing the long
Tay
yellow
is
tap.
trying to carve it, so she's got nice. She looks like great weight for this shot. Good effort.
It was great effort.
Yeah,
It
really
just
good effort.
really jammed up there. Once it hit, it really died there.
It did die, didn't it? Yeah.
But, yeah.
And she's in her own way now, unfortunately. But she's also in Stacy's way, so she
that
has made
yellow-
access to the 4-foot a little bit more difficult. Well, the thing is that Stacy can't really. It's a tough shot to draw around that yellow one. So wherever she goes, it might be accessible. Other than the call here is to come and just sneak around that top yellow rock.
Sneak around
Though.
the top yellow.
She needs to
She
bite
can get-
the 4-foot to be counting 3.
So another precise shot here for Stacey Curtis. We're in the 4th end here, the first draw of the ladies Scotties Provincials in Newfoundland and Labrador. Stacey Curtis down 3 right now to young Haley Gushue, but big shot here could get her back in the game in the next couple of shots. So we'll see. It's all about the weight here now.
Yeah. So
Girls
in turn draw.
Jumped right on it.
They did
And-
jump right on it. I don't think she's wide. So now we're
Don't think she's heavy either,
just
Kath.
dusting. So it's just going to be short. Yeah.
My eyes. Now maybe she'll want a little pick to block everything up. So does she have the outturn draw?
I think she still has an in-turn
Oh.
draw here, actually, Rob.
Yep,
The
well,
yellow and the yellow and the blue are actually a little bit further apart than they appear in our
Okay.
from our screen here. There's probably 2.5 rock widths between the two, and of course it'll be curling around the blue rock anyway. So the yellow
Just-
rock shouldn't really be in play.
Just to
Just
explain
in her
again
in
to
her
the,
eyesight, but not in play.
to the viewers, these cameras are usually St. John's Club here. We've got ice 3 and 4 covered very nicely. But so these cameras are our ice 3 cameras, and it gives us a bit of a funny angle. So I'm actually looking at the screen. Cathy's trying to stay up as much as she can behind the ice. So that's why we may have a little different point of view. So for me, what I'm looking at here is it looks like there's enough room there to come by that blue and still, and by the yellow and get into the 4.
Yeah, I think there's room. She's that's the call. So in turn draw around the or through the hole to the 4-foot. I don't think they want to get too close to the front blue rock either, Rob, because that will be
probably
curling really hard
overcurl,
going
yeah.
past there, and so it's going to be.
Now they're starting to work to curl it now. Satay.
Oh, they were trying. I think they were trying to get a tick
I think
there.
They were trying
Yeah.
to get, but it's perfect weight.
Yeah, it is. It was perfect weight. Yep. Just didn't curl for her.
Girl.
So she's.
Well, this
It is. It's not wide open, but it's. There's a lot of it is
Well,
open.
this is a shot that Stacey Curtis has to make and has made times, and she knows right now that this is her shot to get back in this game. So it's just great weight from
Yeah.
young Gushue. Just didn't quite curl as hard as they were hoping. So big shot here. Chance for 3. tie the game up.
A little bit of ice here, Rob, so I don't think this is going to have a whole lot of juice.
No.
I think it's just a lightweight
Well,
tap.
they've seen this line enough. They should know the line. They, thinking that this is one that Stacey will probably be really close. Solid
Yeah, kind of
delivery.
a
They're
board
just,
weight, I
yeah.
think. Seems.
See, the girls will come into you there now. And now they're working hard to curl it.
Jessica's trying to carve it.
Gotta get
She's
off
got to get
that.
it. Oh,
Boy,
she
oh
was definitely
boy.
wide, but
Definitely wide. She ticked
she
it
was
out
a little
of there.
bit lucky there
and,
with the
yeah.
yellow rock that was behind her blue.
And
So a
indeed.
score of 2 for Stacey Curtis. So does put them in a better position. Unfortunately, that was a golden opportunity for the girls. So maybe a little bit more weight than they were planning to throw. It didn't get the curl that they wanted, did it, Rob?
Not quite. Didn't quite come over. Thought probably might have been a little more weight than she wanted to throw. But either way, it is a 2 for Stacey Curtis's team, and that brings them back. It's 3-2 when we come back in the 5th. Haley Gushue will have last rock here in the draw number 1, and Newfoundland Scotties. Be right back.
So welcome back, everyone. So it's 3-2 here for Haley Gushue over Stacey Curtis. Stacey was able to get 2 back in the 4th end. Unfortunately, an opportunity for 3 that she didn't quite take advantage of. So just ends up with her 2 points. And we're in the 5th end of the game. And for the first time since the start of the game now, for the second time since the start of the game, we'll see how Stacey does in terms of being able to steal a point from Haley Gushue. So far, she hasn't been able to. So, yep.
She's got these positioned a little better. It did. Her first one did come off the center a bit more than she would have wanted. Or sorry, that's the.
Yeah, it wasn't on the center.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Some research.
Yeah, it wasn't on the center, and the girls just ticked it over a little bit. So,
Okay.
this is an opportunity to put the second guard up in play. The yellow rock is now a little bit of a guard. Unfortunately, Julie didn't get this one on the center line, so it can be moved if Haley decides to do so, but she's also looking now at maybe coming around everything. So we've got a couple of updates to give you. It's 4-3 now on sheet 1 in favor of Team Boland. Our score is 3-2 for Gushue over Curtis. It's 4-2 for Tipple over Thomas. And in the battle of the top teams in this event, Team Simmons has a slight advantage over Team Young now. They are up 3-1 after the 4th end. And on sheet 5, Greg Smith has stole a second point from Team McNeil Lambswood and is now up 3-1. And over on sheet 6, Harold Walters is down 7-1 to Team Skanes.
There's your updates. We'll keep you updated as everything goes. You see there, they made a hit and roll in behind their air guard there, but Stacey going to take advantage of the one she just put up there, albeit a very long center.
Yes, it is, and she's gonna be careful of the yellow tap there. It's she ideally would like to get this over behind the yellow rocks, I think, as opposed to behind her own blue one. But that's a big swing, so she's asking Jessica Cunningham.
Yes,
She's going to ask Jessica Wiseman come around, out turn draw around the very high center guard.
Oh, you see it coming into play there now. It's around us, lots of line for sure. They'll probably have Julie try to carve it in a little bit to probably even right now. She just assumed be buried. So.
Oh, then she's definitely buried. Fortunately, back 4. So the line on the 2 yellows is not it's not lined up to hit the blue one. So in the meantime, though, Haley is not paying too much attention to that anyway. She's coming around, out turn guard, going to follow Jessica down, and would like to be, head of the tee line, obviously.
Right. Yeah, it's Curtis's, Stacey's team have been. That's if you had to say one thing, they're struggling a little with the draw weight for sure. Everything's either heavy or Erica. She's been a little late on a lot of shots. But so here we go now with Satay's. I think this is her first shot.
Yeah, out turn draw to try and come around. It is a little bit wide at the target, unfortunately. A little bit heavy again as well. Yeah, I think all of the girls out there are they have back 4 weight in their back pockets.
I think Harold has got the ice turned up here. And just, while I'm talking, I mean, I can't say enough about Harold Walters. Not only is he our club manager, he makes the ice, and right now he's out skipping a team on ice 6. So Harold, you and your ice makers, I know Evan Curley and Locke, done a fantastic job for this week. And this stuff, when you get great ice, it makes the games that much better. So we've certainly got great ice, thanks to you. Now you got Stacey trying to come around again, and this one looks like it's got some heat again.
Yep. I don't know. I think in golf you call this the yips, but in any event, this is it's all back 4, back 4, back 4.
It's time for now. Satay just threw this, so I highly expect this one to be right on the button, right on, froze on, or even up front of it. Solid, technical.
So far, no one's touching it.
No, you'll see the girls come into play there now.
The weight does look a little bit better from the...
There's the girls now coming in the top left of your screen, and they are starting to sweep now, and it looks like it's got a better line.
There's a little bit of a hard time getting it to curl in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it was, I guess,
just a little bit.
There. I think, Kath, I think I would have been off it to just let it curl instead of sweeping it. So this is a big opportunity here for Stacey. I mean, she's trying to steal. She's got everything she wants for a steal. All the ingredients are there.
She had a little tap here to get her lie too. If she could ever get to the inside, it doesn't seem to curl very much past that guard, unfortunately. Like the first one that Jessica put in there certainly curled, but everything else that's been a little bit heavy has stayed out there. So
we'll see if Erica makes
the line on this one is also wide, but I don't know if the weight is better. So Julie's.
I think the weight is much better here now.
Yep.
If she
have to go. Oh, left it too long, I guess. Didn't sweep it enough.
Now, I was watching Erica after she threw it. She put her hand up as if to say, this is too much weight, this is too much weight. Okay. Now it's 6 or 8 feet more than she has been throwing.
Yeah.
So maybe she fooled herself there.
Yeah, I think so.
That
could be it. And sometimes it's hard as a sweeper to ignore what the...
that's the first call comes from your thrower.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard to ignore it, isn't it?
Yeah, sure is. So
it would appear that Haley is still lying 1 back there, and now she's changed gears a little bit. That blue rock that Erica just threw, while it is short of the target, is kind of in the way now. So Haley has to come around on the in-turn side. She'll come try and get around her two staggered yellow rocks that are in the top of the house there and just off the rings.
And if she can do it,
If she can get past, it's going to be a great shot with really good line.
This looks like it's
Oh,
little inside.
unfortunately,
Yeah,
that's too
just
bad.
hit
Heather, it looks like Heather had really nice weight
the
for that
weight.
shot.
I think the perfect. So a
But
little
she
tick
didn't
off there.
quite didn't quite get around the two yellow rocks. So
now you're going to see if Erica Curtis will see if she's in her own head here now, because even though she thought she threw that too hard, she's got to put another 4 feet on it.
yep,
So big shot here, and this is one you really want to make if you want to still get into this. The first thing, like you say, is you got to move the shot rock.
yep.
So the girl's coming in the corner there soon, and they see that they're off, and it's well outside of the last line. Not sure if that's going to move that far.
No, they were out a little bit further on that one, Rob. So they might have got fooled a bit. The ice might be a bit fresher in that path. They did sweep it. They did sweep it a little bit out of Erica's hand, even though she was indicating that she had
I
more
highly
weight.
expect when they come back out in the 6th end, Erica will be throwing 2 different rocks. Even if they're matched, it's like get them out of her hands.
Yeah.
Because she's been short, she's been long. So again, we're handing them back and forth here. Yep. Now Haley could be straight guarding now, or is she coming in?
Hi.
Probably coming in. Last rock she's got.
I don't know. I didn't see the call. I don't know if.
Must be.
I don't know why she didn't come back to do the same intern that Heather just threw. Try the same intern. It is. And I don't think you can bury this over here. You know, I mean, even if Heather makes a great shot, I think she's going to be sitting on the corner of this yellow rock. I don't think she can get into around that blue one that's in the top 8. Which is why I think the intern draw for Team Gushue might have been a better option. But they may know something about that side of the ice that I don't.
Well, you see now, this one is curling a lot more than Erica's did for sure.
Yeah, it's a little lighter as well, though. So, I mean, that may have been the call. I'm not sure. I didn't see the call. So
now, I mean.
So now Stacy has to come around the intern
Stacey's
side.
Coming around.
Yeah.
Again,
she can get through the hole, and I mean, she even if she doesn't bury it, she can position it so that Haley can't do anything with it, because you know then 2/3 buried behind that yellow those 2 front yellow rocks, and there's not much that Haley's going to be able to do with it. So advantage back to Team Curtis here, but you know it's got to be a rock that has to be made. So we'll see. We'll see if Stacy has better luck than so far this end. Both teams are struggling to try and find what is exactly that top 4 weight.
Yeah, there's a lot of rocks in play, but none of them were put exactly where they were supposed to go. Yeah. So Stacy Curtis's last rock here in the 5th. Big chance here if she could ever get around and get to those back ones.
Sweeping pretty hard here, Rob. I don't know. Can't really see the line out on the ice,
working
but
for
it looks
line and weight.
Close.
Although the weight was, again, lots of weight. They were sweeping for line. And
they had sweep for line, and it just was, heavy.
Wow.
Or not enough ice, one or the other.
Oh, it's a draw for 2.
Yes, it is. No, it's not yet.
Oh, it's 2 more rocks? Okay.
Yeah.
Draw to lie to.
Draw to lie to, yes.
If he gets in there and
So
top of the 4, then that's going to stymie Stacy from having a shot.
Stacy's going to be in trouble. Yes, sir.
I can't.
While Haley is throwing, I'll just give a quick update that on sheet 5, McNeil Lambswood got his 2 in 5. So they're gone to the break, tied up. Smith versus McNeil Lambswood. Sorry, yeah.
Would be a battle to the end of that one for sure. Okay, here we go.
So here comes Haley's intern draw. They're also sweeping really hard, Rob. So there's got to be a point at which this looks like it's going really hard, and then
And maybe it straightens
yeah.
off, but now this one is definitely late and tight. So this one gets onto that guard, and I don't think it's going to help him any.
Oh.
Now, Stacy will, I
So
assume,
Stacy
have
has
that
the
same draw
advantage of
again.
throwing the same shot, so she's gonna adjust her broom.
Her broom, she's going to have to adjust her weight. She threw back,
Yeah.
well, actually out of the house on the last one, so she's got to take full 6 feet off of that. This end, I won't say this game, this end is an end of missed opportunities. It's been a chance for both teams to lock up a steal or lock up a deuce, but back and forth. So big shot here for Stacy. She tries to freeze into that hole and get right on the button.
So last rock here for Stacy Curtis in end number 5. In her attempt to draw around the yellow guards that you see in the top 12, she has to get in there to outcount the yellow rock that's already in the 4-foot. Otherwise, you'll give Haley Gushue an opportunity for 2. But if she gets it in there, Rob, I don't know that there'll be any way to get it out.
Get it out. No, that's a big shot. And nobody has seemed to find the weight and the curl at the same time. And as this one comes over, again, it looks like it's steaming to me.
Yeah.
Are they sweeping for a tick?
Not certainly,
No,
not
Too
sure.
late for the tick. That's the same weight she threw on her last shot as
Yeah.
backline weight. So they're really being fooled. So now I can say it officially. Haley has a draw 4-2.
2. Yes, she does.
Yeah, I think she'll be really close on this one.
We'll see if she has any better luck, but certainly the girls are being fooled by something going on out there, and I don't know if it's that they just don't quite have the feel for draw weight, or if there is different areas of the ice where it's running a little bit heavier than others. And we do seem to be switching back from both sides of the ice. Sometimes they're playing the intern side, sometimes the outturn side. And if there is 2 different weights on both sides out there, Rob, then that is definitely getting in the heads of the players, because they are really struggling with trying to find how to hit the 4-foot here on end number 5. So here comes Haley's last rock, intern draw. She needs a good chunk of the 4-foot to score 2 in the 5th end here.
Staying out, you'll see the sweepers come in. It looks like it's pretty good to me
She's
so far.
she's certainly got the right path this time. She did crash on the front with her first one, but the path on this one looks a little bit better.
See, it's probably a little heavy. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's too bad. Didn't try for the tick on that top yellow one, but it may not have been enough juice in it to do it anyway.
Yeah, it looked like that's what
So
Eric was looking at.
it's score of 1 for Team Gushue. So after 5, it's 4-2 for Gushue over Curtis, and we're off to the break. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
All right, we're back and welcome back live at the St. John's Curling Club Remax Center in St. John's, Newfoundland. We're broadcasting the ladies' provincial Scotties and also the men's for the, I was going to say the Labatt Briar. That's a long time ago, Cathy.
Yeah,
The Montana's Briar.
Montana's,
And so we have all 6 sheets going tonight. And on the ladies' side, we have Haley Gushue and Stacy Curtis. They are now 4-2 for Haley Gushue and Stacy has last rock. How does it start off here, Kath?
So we have corner guard in play. Stacy, I didn't see the first rock of the end, unfortunately. Our 5-minute break was a little longer than their 5-minute break. But in any event, there is a corner guard in play here for Stacy Curtis and team, and they're going to be attempting to hit the center line, yellow rock now, and get a roll behind that corner guard and bring it into play. I suspect, by the look of it, the Gushue team played into the house. Now, I don't say that she called that, but that's what ended up happening. So
I took a quick rundown. As most people know, these games are timed, and I took a quick look, and the Gushue team is actually down a little low on time, 16 minutes. The Curtis team has 19. So you'll see that the yellow team will be in the hack and ready to throw now and try to gain a bit of time. But they're in pretty good shape. They're up 2 after 5.
yeah.
This one is well outside of where they want to be, but they get in. It's
Yeah, there
there.
you go.
Other line too.
Seem to have found nice draw weight here, though, Rob. They
This
are
end.
above the tee
Yeah,
line
yeah.
and in around the 6 zone, I guess, or 6.5 zone. If you're a curler, then you understand the zoning. But basically, it's about a foot or a foot and a half or so above the tee line for zone 6, and zone 7 is the tee line. So there you go. Zones 1, 2, and 3 are the high guard, middle guard, and tight guard. And, you can do the math on the rest, I guess.
There you go. Yeah, and that helps the sweepers tell the skip where they are. This is Jessica now. Jessica Wiseman trying to make it in a little roll over toward the one in the open. It's like she little touch inside. She might get the
Yeah, she's
Roll on
removed it,
the
but she
other
may roll
side.
out.
stays in, and it does.
Yeah, there you go. A little outside biter.
Side biter, 2
No
little
one ever
outside.
likes them, but
little outside.
Haley's not going to leave it there.
Nope, at this point without last rock, that's actually a good spot for Team Curtis.
So in the other ladies' game after 5, there was a blank in the 5th end. So it is currently 4-3 right now for Team Boland. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
They're in. I don't know what happened there. Oh, they're in the 7th end. Yeah. So there you go. So one just went up for Team Goslin. So it's tied up now, 4-4.
Okay, in our games today, Penny made a nice hit and roll to the inside there to lie to again for Haley Gushue. So now you're going to see Stacy try to play the hit on this yellow and try to roll in somewhere behind that guard. That would be really nice. This is Jessica's second shot here in the 6th.
I'm not so sure she actually needs to do this. I might be inclined to just draw around the center guard or draw around the corner guard. On the other hand of it is that they don't have a good handle on draw weight, so maybe that's why she's playing the hit and roll. Could be. I mean, I'm guessing, but
yeah, she may still be thinking to try to bring that other outside blue into play.
true.
But they're working this one hard just to get to the nose. So that'll give Haley Gushue a chance now to hit and roll over there, maybe a double, just stick anything now to lie to again. Heather Martin now you can see on the other screen that Heather is off and running, so they're not going to lose much time this.
No, I when you're down on time and you're playing a hit game, it's always a bit of a comfort. But, these days, the clocks actually don't run while the rock is running. It's just the thinking time that they're using up. So the least amount of time that you can use in the hack is the better off to save the time on the clock these days.
That's a big job for the front end, the lead and the second. If they can be in the hack and the skip knows what to play, you don't really need a whole lot of time to playing in. So here's Erica now.
Yep.
Playing
So
the draw, of
Stacy,
course.
with the rollout, Stacy's drawing around the corner guard now instead of hitting this other one. Even though the yellow is still lying shot rock, the call is to come around the corner,
They
put
get
a little
around the
bit
corner. Now they got to
Yep.
get it in.
So they did get around the corner, didn't get shot rock out of it. So right now Haley is still lying one. It is behind the tee line, but it is accessible.
So hard to tell from this angle, but she did actually overcurl there, eh? And
Yeah, I
opened
think
up
so.
that Haley
Yeah.
can get at it. No. Oh, okay, no, she's on the draw. So this is a critical draw now for Heather. You can't be short here, or
No.
you'll be back in jeopardy.
A little bit of a gutsy call here, I
Yep,
think, Rob, for
absolutely.
a team that's up two.
Yep.
I
Especially if
don't.
that
I
blue
don't
one
know
is
that you
open.
need
Yep.
to put this much pressure on yourself. And with the other team lying two, and you don't have last rock, even though they're lying number 2 and number 3,
Up to it. Yep.
you don't have last rock. It's not
She can't be
not
short
an
here.
ideal situation.
So
Yeah,
this gamble
that's-
didn't quite pay off.
Not quite. No.
Yep.
So Stacy has opportunity now to.
She
Well, I think because if she does, all that's going to happen is Haley's going around that center guard anyway. So she's going to race her in there. And if she gets an opportunity to get rid of that yellow rock in the back at some point later in the end, then she will take it. But
from this angle, actually that blue is partially covering the yellow. But what they need here, like you said, is they
yeah,
have to be in, they have to be undercover, and really they have to be above the tee, which this one isn't.
no.
This might be behind the hack.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be shot rock, I don't think, is it? No. No.
Oh, she-
So in the middle of in the middle of that rock's travels down the ice there, I saw Stacy indicating that it was running, and I think basically you get it a little bit outside that 4-foot line and it runs. So you need to get it inside the 4-foot line to get it to curl, and when you do, it curls hard.
And-
So
and it takes
there's
the weight
there's a happy medium in there somewhere, but it looks to be like that might be the tricky thing that everyone out here is dealing with. You're a little bit outside the 4-foot line, and you need less weight. If it happens to hook inside the 4-foot line, then all the weight's coming out of it down the middle. So
So Haley'd really like, obviously, to stick on this to put the force back in play.
I think she kind of has to.
Yep. First rock here in the 6th end. Looking for a hit and stick.
Mm-hmm.
I2 against.
So Heather is calling Cite to carve this a little bit. Has to come. It has to curl.
Right.
Oh, so she's
Right,
got it,
but
but
pulls out.
now Stacy has an opportunity over here to lie 3, Rob. So put some pressure back on Haley for her last rock. Now, in the meantime, Haley still has that center line guard to draw around if she wanted to do that. She also has a hit and roll off of the blue one that's up in the top left of the house there. So lying 3 at this point is Stacy's
One,
goal,
yep.
even though she is taking a bit of a risk, leaving lots of opportunity for Haley to still continue to put some pressure on her to get her points. But lying 3 does put some pressure on Haley in the meantime too.
I don't think there's from the angle. I mean, it looks like it's wide open, but when you're looking right from behind it, it looks like she's got to be fairly close to that blue one that's on the
Yeah,
The
I think
max
it's
of
not
Remax.
quite edge on edge,
Okay,
but
yep.
it's
just barely open.
it's open. But yeah, you don't want to be tight.
And you got Jessica sweeping, which is the straight sweeper, so be fairly close to that front. Now they're back on it, so that's a good sign for her.
Yep, and she got a
Makes
little
a
bit
hit.
of a roll inside. So nice shot there by Stacy. She's line 3. So
Decision time.
decision time for Team Gushue, and looks like their
Decision
decision
made.
has been made. Yeah, they don't waste much time. In turn draw around the center guard, which if she makes it does put pressure right back on Stacy. She will have the button to draw to if
Well,
it's a great shot, but she'll have some decisions to make too.
Heather there, I'm pretty sure that while Stacy was throwing that, they were anticipating Stacy would make that. Heather has probably talked to Haley and said, if they make that, we're playing the draw, so get it in your head.
Mm-hmm.
So she knows what she's got to do. But a big shot here in the 6th end. She's got to try to hide.
She does, because there's the potential for 4 if this is, if it's left open, which you don't want to do. She could have tried the double on the left-hand
On the
side,
3-5,
and at worst case scenario, she gives up 3.
Girls aren't touching this one.
No.
You can see Izzy saying, no, can't touch it, can't touch it.
And once again, I think
It seems
we're
to
just
have,
saying it's just hanging on that 4-foot line path. So
ace back,
she is lying number 2
lying number
at
2.
the moment,
but it will be a fairly
but
straightforward.
it is an open hit. So it's a hit and roll out for 3, but it's a hit and stick for 4. So it's a big swing here, Rob.
Either way, yeah. So this is, and this is sort of the similar a couple of ends ago when Stacy had a hit to get 3 and she was hit and rolled out. So she'll want to get this on the nose and finally take a lead in this game. But yeah, just a little too heavy for Gushue there, and opens up the opportunity here for Stacy Devereaux on her last
Yeah,
rock
it
here
certainly
at
does.
6 to take a, like I say, any contact at all, it's a 3. If she happens to stay, it's a 4. It's a game of patience, for sure.
Yeah, so it's a
So
in-turn
nobody
hit.
on it there yet.
Nope.
Now you see them coming, and they're calling the
A little bit
straight.
of carving, a little bit of
Yep,
straight.
so that's a really good
looks like
sign.
a
Yeah.
pretty good shot here.
Jumps up. But,
Yep, no
there it
mistake
is.
there by Stacy. So
Hit.
big 4-ender for Stacy
Yep.
Curtis in the 6th end. So she'll go up now 6-4. So this is a very big swing of momentum there, as we talked about early in the game there, Rob. It does happen a couple of times in a 10-end game, but that's a big swing.
Yeah,
So-
we'll see how the young Gushue team reacts now as they come back, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Right now, it's a big end for Stacy Curtis, and she's up 6-4 after 6 ends of play. We'll be back in a minute. Hi, welcome back. It's going to take a couple of minutes now, as we saw, of course, 6-4 now for Curtis over. But I'm going to take a couple of minutes. Both of these teams have great sponsorship from within the city, and we'd like to thank them and mention them now and throw out a bouquet of thanks for Team Curtis. Team Curtis is sponsored by PAL Airlines, Pepsi, which is Browning Harvey, Headline Holsteins Limited, and Marco Builders. And both teams are sponsored by Hardline Ice Pad, that's curling supplies. Team Gushue have I guess I could say Team Lock, but Team Gushue in this have a number of sponsors. one of which is Rich Financial Group. In full disclosure, I'm very proud to be a part of that organization and sponsor a couple of different teams here in the curling club. Service Master Restore, Trina Noseworthy with Cooperators, Neutralon, Virtual Marine, BMW, and always good to have Chess's Fish and Chips as a sponsor. And as I mentioned, IcePad, Runback, which I think, Cathy, is clothing.
Clothing, yep.
And Cusco Flooring and Pyramid Construction. Both teams would like to thank all of their sponsors. Sponsorship so important. Our teams, both of these teams travel this year, and it's so good to have the financial part off your head when you're doing that. So so important to have team sponsors, and we thank each and every one of you, and of course the Remax Center and Remax for all of their time.
Yep.
And one more thanks while I'm at it, of course. These broadcasts don't just happen. I mean, we're doing our thing. There's no doubt about that. And we thank you, actually, Cathy, because Cathy does all the scheduling and trying to get everybody on the mics. And so, and it can be, I know it can be a
A
lot
little
to
bit
it.
like herding cats.
Yeah, that's right. But Trevor Bartlett, of course, is sitting next to us here, and he's doing some switching. And Kevin Foley is learning, and he's coming in on the scene, and we thank Kevin for that. John Barron, I know, is part of the umpiring crew, but he's been a part of this. And Anthony Paul. Anthony does some of the inserts that you see, scores, and you'll see the rock shots coming up and everything, or the rock clock and everything coming up. So always something happening, and we thank those guys so much because this is fun. This is great. We're getting our sport across Canada and everywhere. We've had calls from people vacationing in Mexico that are watching. So it's nice to be able
That's
to put
great,
this
isn't it?
product out there, and we thank you guys very, very much for producing this for us. And Cathy, back to you.
So it's been sort of a comedy of errors again here in the seventh end. Rob, both of Julie's draws ended up way in the deep in the house, and the girls are really struggling with where and when this ice is curling. And I think that is, as we watch this game, we're learning ourselves that there's some tricky spots here where it goes really hard, and then other times where it just hangs and hangs and hangs. And then if it's in that straight spot, it's a little bit heavy because you don't realize that you're going to be staying in the straight spot. So they're getting caught. Everyone out there is getting caught. But right now, it is definitely advantage Team Gushue. They have one behind their corner guard, and Stacy had asked Jessica to try and remove the one that was on the tee line, and she ticked the guard. So the guard went back into play because it came. She hit it quite hard,
Oh, yes.
actually. So it was going out of play, so it went back into play. So now, advantage Team Gushue, they get to try and put the second rock behind this corner guard.
Yeah, lots of tunnel line coming here. Now they want to place it so that there's no doubles. They'd like to get it past that one. They've certainly done that. So now,
Yep.
again, Stacy can.
So she's indicating sort of a tap on this. I don't think, not a draw. So that tells me that it's not quite buried behind that center guard,
Yeah.
or sorry, that corner guard. So this will be a lightweight tap out based on the amount of ice that she's giving here.
So did she just change her mind and say hit that one there, or is she still trying?
Not sure.
Maybe
not
she's saying
sure. I
if
think
it
she's
stays
saying
outside.
if it runs straight,
Right.
we'll play that. But she's hoping that this is.
So we're into Jess Wiseman's
Second rock now.
second rock
Yep.
now. Yeah.
So it's an intern tap, past the corner guard. Keep calling it a center guard, but it's not.
Her angle.
Yep.
So it looks like she's got great line on this one, and it rolls probably a little further than she wanted to.
I don't think she wanted to get that far.
No.
They were trying to carve it there right at the very end, but it didn't work out
But
quite
now
as well
they
as
got
hoped.
they got the right one. It's the one that was behind the guard, so now it's
Yeah.
open. And big congratulations to your daughter too, Jessica Wiseman, who just won her provincials in the mixed doubles
Yes.
with Greg Smith.
Ah.
And so they're on their way to a nationals, and so
They're heading to Fredericton, New Brunswick in March for the National Mixed Doubles Championship.
right. So good for them. Yep, it's a good team. We
they
should
were-
represent well, I'm sure. So now you got Sate Penny. Haley's asking her to come around that guard. You can see it's still on the center line, so it's got a lot of curling to do. But He's trying to force it over if she can.
Yeah, and she's certainly got it over there a little ways, but both those yellow rocks are
Okay.
open. So Stacy will try, I suspect, to make the double, but she'll be content with the hit and roll toward the middle as well, just to keep things interesting. So you can see also that she switched the turn here, Rob. Now that this rock is not in the way of the corner guard, she switched it to the outside
the
in
other
turn.
turn. Okay.
The inside out turn seems to be so unpredictable that they're having a hard time trying to figure out, is it going to curl or is it not going to curl?
Erica Trickett's going to make good contact on the first. Oh, a little less contact than they wanted. So
Yeah.
she's going to roll out.
Didn't make the double, unfortunately. I think she got that one inside a little, so didn't stick around either, which she won't be happy about.
Nope, her struggles continue.
Yes, they certainly do. So Haley's going to try again, try and get around this corner guard, which seems to be eluding everyone. But tricky little piece of ice out here. Rob.
I think you're exactly right. I think it's if it stays on the center line, it just stays there. But if it happens to get off, we still haven't seen it, but it probably takes off. But they're both sweeping this. This looks like a weight problem to me, but yeah, she's really short.
And I think again, to give some benefit of the doubt to the curlers, I don't know if it's a weight problem or if it's the line and the weight together.
Yeah.
It comes off the line and it dies.
Yeah.
If it stays in the path, the 4-foot path, it doesn't die. And I think it's just what's the trajectory of the stone, and do we need to sweep it?
So now you're getting late in the end here, and of course Stacy now has got a chance to hit and lie to, and the force is on then for Haley Gushue. So they're sweeping this hard. They've got this one and didn't want to jam it, of course. But so now they're line 2.
Nice shot.
Line probably 3 actually. That one on the back looks like it's obviously on.
Think so too.
So
yes.
they're line 3, and
they are line 3, but Haley's sticking to her guns here, and now she's got backing.
Yep.
And asking Heather to throw this
draw.
same in-turn draw.
Yep.
Heather was either a bit light or it took, or it started curling too fast for her. Not really sure what happened to the first one, but so this is her second attempt, and they're sweeping it here for line. So
all the way to try to keep it straight. It's a
nice shot.
Nice shot. That's
nice shot. She got a little bit of an inside flop there too. Did you see that? Just not much, but another inch inside, another inch underneath, which makes it a little bit harder for Stacy now. But it's basically the same shot for Stacy as Heather just threw now. So.
And at this point, I was going to say you want to roll toward the center, and because.
Yeah, I think I would too. I certainly don't want to be sitting
those corners
here.
away. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be sitting here to give Haley an opportunity to sit on top of it. Yep. No.
It's certainly. Maybe it's not. Can't see quite as much as we think we can from this angle.
No.
This is a lighter weight. Yeah, you can see when she let it go. So now, what line does it take? Does it? They're sweeping.
Yeah. So they've switched the sweepers here now, and they're asking Jessica to carve it. So I guess there you go.
Okay. So
she got a little bit of a flop. Puts it in the open anyway. So now Haley has, in order to get underneath, she's got to hit it.
Got to hit it and roll perfectly. Yeah. Oh, that's a good job.
So mission accomplished by
exactly.
Stacy. I mean, she's absolutely.
I mean, I'd be afraid if you rolled any further and rolled in behind the D line that maybe Haley try a freeze on it.
She might because she's going all in. She's got to score now anyway. She's not getting a triple, so
no, there's no blank.
She's going to have to draw for 1, so she may as well be drawing for 2. So yeah, you're right. It was probably strategic to keep it above the center line or above the T line.
So after a big end in 6 with Stacey Curtis picking up 4 now, Haley Gushue tries to come back. She's going to need a little hit and roll here to keep a deuce in play. First rock. 7th. Well, they're going to have to carve this one hard, Cathy. This one is outside. Don't think she's going to make contact with that. She may get something on the back one.
Yikes.
Just got outside on that one. Now,
A little bit too much weight, maybe,
gusto on
in
that one.
combination with, the broom that she had given herself. It didn't curl as much as she was hoping. She definitely had a lot more weight than Stacy did, and Stacy got the nose hit. So now, in the meantime, the path of the rock changed slightly too. Stacy did get that inside, or that
A
center
little,
line
yeah, so they got it
roll,
into the
so,
straighter spot.
Yeah, they got it into the straighter spot. So there's a little bit of discussion going on now between Erica and Stacy as to where to put this next rock.
So what is this? Are they trying to decide if they want Haley to hit or draw here? I mean, if
Yeah,
put
it
one
looks
up,
like they are trying to come to the corner of the 4-foot on the other side to put some pressure on her. I don't know if I would be doing that.
I kind of like the top of the there, right on the just in front of the other one, but we'll see. They probably
Yeah,
probably saying that if we put one on the other side of the 4, Haley has to hit.
she has to stick.
And she yep. Oh, that's the decision.
Yeah,
of
and I
the-
mean,
yep.
you wouldn't put a guard on the rock on the corner of the 4-foot because she'll just draw to the button.
Yeah, no,
So,
come into the top of the
you got to
8,
make
make
this,
it harder. Yep.
and they would have had that discussion, Rob. They try what's the best thing for us to call here to make it as hard as
want
we
her to do-
can
yep.
for Haley. So they've obviously decided that the best route to take is to draw to the other corner of the 4-foot. Is there a corner on a circle? There isn't really, is there? But the T line
That's right.
of the 4-foot. So both sweepers are working on this. Looks close.
Yep.
Looks pretty close weight-wise. Yep, they're going hard.
Yeah, so they want
Julie's on and off, so they must be close.
Well,
Not
that's
quite
the-
where they wanted it, but so they've given Haley basically back the
Same
same
shot.
shot, which she probably would have played anyway,
Yep,
to be
I think
fair.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
But she
Oh,
does
sure,
have to
sure.
stick it.
Yep. Yeah, that's
Otherwise,
right. It's
otherwise, the rollout is a bit dangerous. Any roll at all, actually, is a bit dangerous for her. So
Yep. That's it. Haley Gushue's last rock here in the 7th end. Down 2, needs a hit and stick now to pick up her 1 and go to the 8, just down 1. Any roll at all could be dangerous. See if I'm sure she'll throw this one up. Looks like it's a little lighter weight than she had on the first one. Calling this one to sweep it again, so
they
it
are
seems to
calling
be.
the curve. So they are
So it's-
looking for this to move off that center line. It's got to really curl hard here to get off that center line.
The outside of the rock.
Oh, she.
Cricket is sweeping.
Close.
It's a definite 1.
Definite 1. Could be 2, Rob. Could be 2. So the top blue one is definitely shot. It's just whether or not
well,
between these two
So
back
the way
ones.
Erica moved that time, Heather moved him first, which tells me it's a 2.
Yeah, it tells me it's a 2
So
as well.
that's a big steal of 2 there for Stacey Curtis now.
Yeah.
Starting to take a little control here in this first game. And, so now up 8-4 after a steal of 2. 8-4 for Stacey Curtis over Haley Gushue here in the first round of the Scotties. And we'll see what the strategy after this, but we'll be right back now in 2 minutes. And welcome back, viewers. We're live here at the St. John's Curling Club Remax Center, where we're at the Scotties Provincials for Newfoundland. Of course, the winner of this tournament on Sunday will head to the Scotties in Calgary. That's February the 16th to the 26th, and they'll join. There's a couple of teams in already. I think Carrie Gushue is in from the Territories, and Heather Smith from Nova Scotia, and that's got a little Newfoundland connection with Marie Christensen playing with her, and Marie played here for a couple of years, played with my daughter for a while, and we're happy for Marie, and we'll look forward to watching you guys. And whoever wins our tournament here will be joining you in Calgary. I think we've got an update here with a big end in the men's side too, Cathy.
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, we've got a couple of big ends out there. So as we know in our game, we had another steal, or sorry, I shouldn't say another, a steal of two by Team Curtis. So they're up 8-4 now over Team Haley Gushue, which was a big swing of momentum there in the sixth end. On sheet one, we also had a big score of 3 by Sarah Boland and team. So they're now up 7-4 over Team Gosland. Team Gosland does have last rock in the eighth end. And the other big deal is a 3-ender by Greg Smith. So he's now gone up 6-4 over Team Ryan McNeil Lambswood. After the seventh end, they're in the eighth end over there.
Yeah, that's a big end for them for sure.
So just to round things out also, Rob, the game on sheet 6 is over. Team Skanes has defeated Team Walters. And on sheet 4, it's a really tight game. That's the other one that we're streaming here from the Curling Club. So that one is 4-3 right now for Team Simmons.
And he has last rock in the eighth.
He does.
Yeah. So looking good there. So that's gonna, if these end up, this going to be a very close standings after this one. We'll be watching all that. Right now on our own game, it looks like Stacey's keeping things.
Oh, she's got some rocks
I guess
in
she
play
was looking
here.
at a split there, or maybe just a little tap up again. Probably a little heavy. But 3 rocks, she's lying 3 right now. Haley's got her corner guards, and that's where she's going to go.
Yeah, and I guess with the free guard zone rules, the corner guards couldn't have been removed yet. So the advantage there would be for Haley now to get one in there behind those 2 corner guards. And then we'll see what Stacey does, whether or not she tries to clean up the corner guards. I was going to say, Rob, when we were just there talking about how tight that game is on sheet 4 between Simmons and Young, and the advantage right now is with Team Simmons. And I've been watching a couple of the games from home, as I'm sure many of the viewers will know what I'm talking about if they've been watching the same games. Is there is a lot of back and forth happening. It's like the advantage is the teams can't seem to hold the advantage of being in the lead. It's tricky, it's really tricky. And I guess the ice says we're watching it in person here today, and we're seeing a lot of what's happening with a couple of tricky spots on each sheet that might be running a little bit straight, and teams are getting caught there. Maybe not 100% sure, but that seems to be what we're seeing, and maybe that's why it's hard to hold that lead. But there was a couple of games already this week that I saw where it looked to me like someone was going to win, and then boom, not so much.
I called a game last night that was crazy. Greg Smith up 5-1 after 5, and Simmons came back or that was Tuesday. Simmons came back and won that game. So you're right. Probably given some nightmares there. On our own game there, Jess Wiseman just made a hit. They're still lying 3, and Haley's content to come around that corner again. We did mention, Cathy, Stacey Curtis, we said, the veterans versus the youngsters. Well, a veteran she is. If you look at her and this team's records, they are the defending champ, but on that team, Eric was skipping in 2020 and went to the Scott, and then Stacey was there in 16, 17, and 18.
Yeah.
And so it's just a whole lot of experience out there.
Yep.
And then you look at Sarah Hill, and that game will be coming up, and Sarah's one of the last 2 years before that. So there's a lot of experience on the ice there. So Haley Gushue, she's just starting, her career, and I can assure you she's going to be on this list. So but there's lots of time. I hope she knows that, and She's got a big, long career. This whole team does,
I
So
think it's going to be an interesting couple of years. I mean,
that's the
Haley and
trend, yeah.
team they're still quite young. They're all going to under 18, so they've got a couple of years before they graduate. We'll say into ladies, where ladies is their only option. I mean, they can certainly play in the ladies, and they can certainly win the ladies. But at this point, I think their concentration is really in the junior program. But in a few years' time, 5 or 6 years' time, all of these girls are still going to be playing because they're all in their 30s. So there's no reason for them to retire at this point. Barring injury or something unforeseen. So, I think with Haley and team and Kaylee as well, obviously, there's other junior women's teams here too that are just getting started. And I think it's going to be really exciting. It is kind of exciting for us in Newfoundland to have, more than 4 or 5 teams in the women's again. And that hasn't happened in a long, long time. Not most of my career. We were into, early in my career, we had double round robins, or I should say, 2 pools.
2 pools.
Two
Yeah,
pools.
yeah, that's right.
And 6 women's team in each pool, and you had to qualify to get into that pool. So that was in the 80s, but those days are gone with women's curling here in Newfoundland. It's a lot less than it used to be, but it is nice to see a rejuvenation of it, and I think it goes to our junior program here at this club. It's an excellent program. Has been for a long time. Yeah, it has been for a long time, and it's really good to see.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many coaches, and we'll have them all straight by the time it's finished. But I mean, from Laura Phillips on down to Jean Prickett, and back to John Wheeler's day. John did unbelievable work with
Yes,
the
he did.
juniors, and
Yeah.
now you got what I love seeing, because my granddaughter Millie, of course, is into it, and what you're seeing is a lot of these girls, Kaylee and all of them, the juniors are actually coming out to help the younger
They
kids,
are,
the 10-year-olds, and I mean, we did see 11-year-old Melissa Gushue,
Marissa,
play
yeah.
with her dad. I mean,
Yep.
in the provincials already at 11 or 12. I mean, this is crazy.
Yep.
So the game is alive and well. There's no doubt. If you look on the men's side, I think we got 2 or 3 available junior teams
we
playing
do.
in this provincials. So,
Well, and to your point, Simon would be playing in
Yes,
it.
yes, he
His
would be.
team would be playing in it if he was here, but he's in Korea.
he's in
So,
Korea playing in the Youth Olympics.
Oh, gee, oh, darn.
Yeah, and
But,
I was
yeah.
reminded that Nathan Young in 2000, now Nathan, who was 3-0 or something here in the men's,
Yep.
he did play in the youth. It was a full mixed team, as I remember.
Yes.
And then they got drawn out of a hat, and he ended up with a young girl from Spain, I think, and they played
so.
in the doubles. But
Yeah.
so Nathan has been to a youth Olympics too. So, and there's no doubt the men's juniors is alive and well.
Yes, it
Oh,
certainly
anyway,
is.
sorry,
And,
it was
a lot of
it
the
was
credit, you missed one of the coaches. Would be your brother.
Yes, yeah, Jeff has been around.
Yeah, he has, and he's been instrumental in helping a lot
Yes,
of the
absolutely.
teams here reach that high performance level,
Yeah.
which is kind of nice.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's good to see.
And it's that Leslie Ann Walsh. I mean, Leslie Ann's not only a builder, but she's coaching one of the top teams in Newfoundland right now in Greg Smith.
Yeah.
But yet she comes down with the 10-year-olds and the 11-year-olds.
She does, and she's got a women's learn to curl league
Yes.
as well that she's been doing for a couple of years. Which it's getting women not necessarily at the age of 16 involved, but women at the age 20,
Yeah,
25,
Learn
30,
to curl,
30
yeah,
year
that's
olds. Yep.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
So with all those thank yous, I know you've been watching the game there, but we got it's been pretty straightforward. Obviously, Stacey Curtis' team is just hitting everything they can, but right now Haley Gushue does have a chance to draw behind the guard and lie to here in the eighth, and this is. I think it's safe to say that she wants the next time she scores, she wants to have a 2. I don't think 1 is any good to her right now. But so she's throwing her first rock here in the 8th and drawing around. You'll definitely see Curtis, if she does bury this, you'll definitely see Stacey just come up and hit the 1 and be happy with be up 2 with. But it gives her a chance for her 2 here.
Yeah. So out turn draw,
Get around the corner.
get it around the corner. Yeah. Izzy is
Hand up.
not hand,
Yeah, it's
basically telling everyone it doesn't need to be swept.
Need to be swept. And
Does not need to be swept.
little deep again. Will it go all the way out? I think it'll go past that one.
Yeah. So good on the opportunity.
That's still in the
here.
house there.
Yeah.
Stacy just really gotta hit that
Yeah.
top one and roll over and lie. Doesn't want to give you obviously a straight back double, but the roll fair
No,
enough.
but
Yeah.
she. Yeah.
But the force is on, and that's
Mm-hmm.
mission
right.
accomplished. The only thing she can't do, obviously, is jam.
Roll out.
Yeah, or jam it back on the blue, and
Well, she wouldn't want to do that. That's true.
definitely would.
She also doesn't. Well, so she doesn't want to be a little bit wide, but she doesn't want to be too narrow either.
My,
tricky little shot.
yeah,
Always
and,
hit.
you know, my senior,
inside roll.
my senior legs tells me to come from the center line on this, and if you only get a piece of it, get it going that way, not towards my own blue. But this is definitely the turn of choice for competitive curlers.
Yeah.
You know, the outside in, it's usually a little straighter, a little more easy, a little easier to control with your sweepers.
So straight up hit, she'd like to get a little bit of a rollover in front of the other yellow rock, just to make the double go
Double, yeah,
away,
right.
basically, or to take away any opportunity for the double. So if she could get it over in that direction, she would.
Anything on the other side,
Yeah.
if she rolls to the other side of center, anywhere is going to be good. But she's going to roll a few feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So it's on its way down now. They're calling hard for the just keep it on the rock there. They're trying to keep it straight. She doesn't want to miss it, or it'll be a whole new game.
And she has missed it.
Oh, she missed that and took out her own. Well.
Oh, well, that's a bit of a swing. Ouch.
That's an ouch.
So,
Well, here we go.
yeah, I don't know what you say about that,
Well,
do you,
yeah.
Rob?
Well,
Do you, Rob?
I
Not
think-
much you can say
I
about
think
that.
you said it right from
Yeah.
the very first. The 10-end game, there's a chance for 2 or 3 different swings.
Yeah.
And here's another swing. And you know what? Haley makes this. All the winds in her sail, all the wind out of
Yeah, that's right.
Stacy's.
a
And
big mistake.
You set up, you have your lead set up those 2 rocks up front, and anything can happen. Obviously.
Well, to your point too, you take the inside out shot there, and you make sure that you hit the inside of it. But, she may have been just a little tentative and not wanting to get outside and jam it on her own.
Exactly.
And she got it going a little bit more than she had intended. So
Sure.
here we go, as they say, a free or open draw
I think most
for
skips call
3
it an
points.
open draw.
An
yeah.
open, yeah.
And this one's
Everyone else calls it
free,
free.
yeah,
Skip
that's-
calls it open.
That's right.
Yeah.
And this looks
There's nothing free about it. You
perfect
still
coming
gotta
down
make
over
it.
the hog line there. Looks like she's got great weight. She's going to end up right in the 4-footer on the button there. So what a huge end here for Haley Gushue and team. And picked up a 3 here expectedly. And here we go. It's all of a sudden 8-7 down 1, even though Stacy has last rock. Right now, Haley Gushue has a bit of momentum, and it'll be interesting to see how this one will play out. We'll take 30 seconds, but we'll come back and make sure that we see this entire end play out in the 10th. Right back. All right, we're back here. It's the 10th end, and we are at the ladies, Scotties, Newfoundland Provincials, live at the St. John's Curling Club Remax Center. And we, all of a sudden, Cathy, we have a barn burner.
Isn't that a big surprise? Hey, so a very unfortunate miss by Stacy Curtis in the 8th end. She unfortunately also took her own out, although I don't know that it would have made any difference. I think Haley still had an opportunity for 3, but in missing that rock, she went from lying 2 and putting some pressure on Haley to take 1, and very quickly gave her an opportunity to draw for 3, and she made it. So good for her. But again, like you said, the momentum shift.
Momentum shift, and you see,
Yep.
say Haley's got the little momentum now, and Izzy put the first one exactly where she should. Just a foot or so up above the rings, and got the 4-foot covered. She's playing a hit on this one. I guess you could look at putting a second guard up. It is a free guard, but she wants to play the hit and roll here.
Well, maybe he's once bitten, twice shy. Earlier in the game, she ignored some of the 8-foot rocks that Stacy had, and when she didn't have last rock, and it did end up being a 4-ender for Stacy. So, maybe she's looking at that now and saying, no, I'm not going to make that mistake again. So if I get an opportunity to steal a point here later on the end, then fine. But if I don't, I'll hopefully keep her to 1.
So Stacy now will just happy to play hits, and she'll still want to stay in. She'll want to stay over in the corner, and that may, got something over there. With her last rock, she could hit and roll out or something. Right now, mission 1 is to obviously get rid of the yellow. But that center guard will be there for another shot or 2.
She did make a little bit of a roll toward the center line, so now it's probably an edge on edge. In that no room to roll under, but she can remove this blue rock and stay there in the top 4. So quick update of some of the other team games that are going on. So it's now 6-4 for Team Simmons. Sorry, not Team Simmons.
No, that was a
6-4
there
for Team Young. They
Nathan Young. Wow.
They just stole
steal
3.
the 3. Wow.
Stole 3 in the 8th end. So there's a momentum shift for you. That's on the other streamed game that we have going on here from the Remax Center. Over on sheet 1, the other women's game is now 7-6 for Team Boland. So Team Godsland was able to get their 2 back in the 8th end. So it's 7-6. And over on sheet 5, the other men's team game that is still ongoing is the Smith versus McNeil Lambswood, and Team Greg Smith stole a point in the 8th end. So they're up 7-4 now.
Yep.
And there is another finish, which is Team Tipple has taken it from Team Thomas. They're finished after 8 ends.
Yeah, it's their first win, and again, that's one of the teams. It's a junior team, and hey, now they got their first win in their first provincials. So good for them. So we have pretty open here now, and Haley continues to play the hit and try to roll in behind.
It's important for Haley's team, I think, to take note of the fact that I might do a commentator's jinx here now, but to stick this hit so that Stacy can't remove that top yellow rock.
I don't know if that caught something or if it
light
just
for
late,
sure.
but
I think it was. I think it was a bit light, but
Stacy will
it
stand up
didn't.
now and peel that out of there.
She's just confirming with the front end of the team that they agree with her and that they should peel, and that seems to be what the consensus is. So that's what they're doing.
And certainly got the right person in now with Jess, who's very accurate with her big weight hits. And I hope I didn't do the jinx.
Commentator's jinx.
No, this one looks like it's online and on
good.
time. So there's just that now. So now Haley's going to be forced to put up a guard, and so it comes down to a peeling game. Oh, wait.
No, she's not going to put her guard up because she's not going for the steal. I guess she's going to be content to go for the blank and maybe try and steal 10 instead.
Yeah, at this point.
I think I'd still put up the guard, though. Make Stacy peel it off. If she misses it, then you get the hit and roll behind. Force of 1 is not a bad idea.
The 4-foot. I don't think she ever put up a guard because Stacey'd come around. So, so she sort of needs to keep everything in play, and then she makes the blank. Don't expect this at this point for hits. And you know what? One thing we don't know is what their time is. This could
No,
be.
we don't.
Yeah, this could be. Okay, well, we'll go up and down the sheet. Won't lose any time, and we'll spend all our time on 10. Now they do have 2 timeouts. They can call in Coach Sass and save some time there. So, but these are going to be 2 or 3 hits in a row here. Curl it a bit. Get the Joey spin. No.
No, that'll be, what's Stacy going to do with this? Is she going to remove it?
Go to the other.
Go to the other side?
There just to take the play away from that corner.
Yeah.
You hate to try to hit that. Just jam it
Well,
or
yeah.
plug it. But obviously important to be in it. And again, you see Stacy, this is what she's saying, is it's running, so don't sweep. If it gets in the curl, you can expect the weight to come
Yes.
off it. And now as you see it come off the line, it does slow down a little. But as long as it's in, it's in play.
No, I don't think you'll see Haley freeze it or anything. I think
that
they'll
would-
just play the open hit. So it's not really important if it's above the tee line. It's just important for Erica to find the draw weight and find the tee line. But more so, that would be the only reason to be worried about it. So an open hit here for Haley to hit and stick, which you'd want to do. Stacy will be aiming to blank this end.
Yeah, that's what she's been showing. That's what she wants to do. Oh, Haley Gushue now open hit to the lie one, and then you'll see. Is this her first? I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and see Stacy do it. Well, they're working this hard now for line. Maybe she didn't throw as much weight as she wanted. See if she
Yeah, she probably didn't throw as much as you'd hoped.
hoped.
A
Okay,
little
so.
bit lighter than.
Yeah.
Good
okay.
shot.
Good shot. You might see Stacy
I mean,
try to
not-
sneak a little bit in
yeah.
there, but nope, she's just going to throw to the open side again.
Not critical that she stayed there, but would have been. I think she would, for her own confidence level,
Yeah,
would
would
have
have
been
been
nice to stick that.
She put her from there, but I don't think they're trying to come around the hill.
No, they're
No.
going the open side.
Wanted to watch it, try to come around that little corner there. So,
Well, you
one
might
shot.
see it if she doesn't make this. Haley might try it.
Well, yes, this will be your last rock. So, just a reminder that Haley Gushue had the big 3-ender there in 8 and made this close, and she's down one now, 8-7 for Stacy. Looking like
So Stacy's just playing out turn draw to the tee line
draw.
to replace the same shot that Erica just threw, and we'll see Haley walk up and hit it. Her
Yeah,
goal obviously is to hit and stick here. Make Stacy make the peel. So or the
yeah, I've
whatever,
been
blank.
I've been sort of playing this in with Haley at last rock, where she hasn't been the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. But she's been playing it. She obviously is playing it for them to have to make the peel and roll away
Yes.
for the blank. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh.
Lost my concentration. But we knew that it was going to be a hit end. And you're going to see, either way, lots of rocks in the 10th for Haley. She'll want to put
I think
lots
so.
of rocks
Yeah.
in.
Either way, she's going to have to steal. So a little bit more weight in this one.
Yeah, this is. Yeah.
They're asking
There.
Sate to make it curl, get the hit and stick. There you go. Nice shot. So Stacy has to blank So she'll want to hit about half and roll away. You know, based on what we've seen so far this game, Rob, that's not going to be an easy shot to make. You know that?
Oh, that's right. No, it's hard with the line is if it happens to get into the curl at all, she'll nose that in a second. And if she ever puts it out, there's not much ice, obviously. So a good, straight, clean delivery now, and stay on that
Yeah.
line for her.
Decent weight coming at this one too, I imagine, to keep it straight. So you won't see her throw. You won't see her throw board weight or anything like that. She'll throw a fair amount of weight at this. So here we go. In-turn blank attempt by Team Curtis to retain their lead and last rock going into the 10th end.
Like it's getting a little close to a nose, and it is a nose.
So not as they had hoped, but they are up 2 now. So it's 9-7 for Team Curtis. Going into the 10th end, Haley Gushue and team will have last rock. We'll be back in a minute. So here we go in the 10th end. Team Curtis has given up the last rock by virtue of that hit and stick that Stacy's blank attempt. They're up 2 coming home without last rock. And the call here was top 4 foot for Julie Devereaux. Julie Hines.
Yeah, that's right.
Julie Hines, sorry. Not quite where they wanted it to be, but close. The key, I think, Rob, in this particular situation is that she was not deep, and that would have been a bit of a disaster. So Haley is ignoring that, as we assumed she would, and will be attempting or asking Izzy to attempt a corner guard. So Haley has to get 2 here to tie the game. She'll be going pretty hard for 3 if she can. So she needs to put up her corner guards, and then she has to hope for a miss, and 3's in the mix if it happens.
Yeah, first things first, these are the 2 most important shots of this end. Of course, are going to be the 2 corner guards put up by your lead. First one is pretty much perfect.
2 schools of thought here for Team Curtis. So a lot of players come right in with the second one. Some go to the center guard.
Did you see her call?
I think she's asking for the center guard, but I don't know for sure. Tight for sure. Yeah.
Really tight.
I would want it tight, but I would
See where she taps her from.
Jessica's down there. Go.
Right there.
I said, okay, I'll tell her. Don't get the message.
Okay, so she's trying to put there now on the top 12. Line there, actually, it's starting to look like they're trying to freeze it here, or and to top of it. Haley will ignore them, of course, and go around her corner, and as long as Stacy can't touch it, can't touch the guard. Izzy Peterson now, or Patterson, sorry, with her second shot. She's trying to come around that the corner guard that she put up first. Very good. So they just keeping it clean, and now you'll see Heather jumps in to try to curl it. Plenty of weight. Didn't look like it too much, but I think that's totally buried. So Stacy now trying to make up her mind. I guess she still can't touch that top one, so she's asking Jess now to down and freeze that one. Guess that must be totally bare. Didn't show that she wanted to tap it out or anything. This will be freeze attempt. And they're starting to sweep now to keep it there. So to me, it looks like it's got lots of line, and but this is the spot that can move on. You know, it's got perfect line now. Got to get there and tap it a little bit. So, you know, it's interesting now. Okay, Daly gets a chance to come down there. So there's going to be rocks in play by the end of it. So the two isn't out of reach here now. I mean, certainly Stacy would rather able to peel off that guard, but she wasn't allowed. That's the free guards on this set. Those two shots were so important for get that first one away. Oh, they're sweeping this. Looks like great weight coming over the hog. Gotta get down to it. Get it around the guard. This is a lovely shot there for yeah, great. A penny. Okay, we're so we bid farewell to Cathy Cunningham. Cathy, thank you. Has to get to. So I'm going to put producer Trevor into action here and just help out with some of the last calls while he's making the switching and everything. Anyway, we got Jessica Cunningham now throwing a hit here. Wants to peel this guard off and doesn't peel it. Stays right there and is just touches the back yellow there. Advantage. So that's a miss there, Trev. From
Absolutely, corner guard is still in place.
second one coming in right now. So we can safely say this one's coming down to the finish.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Could be a two in play.
Play for sure. So it'll be interesting. We'll probably see the coaches out before this is over with the timeouts to make sure everything is right. So Satay Penny now with her second shot here. Team Gushue down 2, but in the 10th with last rock, trying to come down and freeze it. Oh, this one looks
one's
very
light.
short coming over. Uh-oh. Well, not the end of the world, Trevor, I guess, because it is a corner guard and it's covering her shot rock. But
Yeah, call it a double guard now.
and
There's the timeout.
expected timeout.
I don't think either team had a timeout.
No,
so
neither
far,
yet.
right?
No.
No, so they
So
got
there's lots of time to bring. So this brings out Gene Trickett, and I guess the choices here. You know, the peel. I mean, there is a double peel there. Because if you bring another one in at this point, a lot of rocks.
a lot of- yeah.
Decision time.
We got a joke on our men's team how we always want to keep it clean in the last end when we
know,
have
yeah.
have a lead, and sometimes we end up having about 14
But
rocks in
that's
play.
yeah, that's a joke on our senior team too. That's one thing, but yeah, but I mean, peeling is it's an art, and we're down to thirds rocks now, so
Yeah.
have Erica Trickett throwing. It's crunch time. I mean, if you ever did take that yellow on the center line side, cross it into the blue, back into the yellow, I mean, slam time, or that's what you'd see.
Right.
But nobody, I mean, we can't see him there, but Eugene Trickett, he's around forever. He knows the game as good as anybody in the club. So, they'll rely on his expertise now. We'll see once they come out. He's decided. But and another thing, Trevor, it's really what's Stacy or what's Erica comfortable with? Is she comfortable with a big weight?
Right. Right. Well, I guess the decision has been reached.
Yep.
And up to the guards they go.
Hey, it looks like she's just gonna take the yellow. She's not gonna try. That's what it looks like. I mean, maybe it is. Let's see. See it.
She's not running that in, is she? It's hard to tell on our angle here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and you know what? That's more open than I thought. You might be right.
She'd leave her shooter up there, wouldn't
No,
she?
there's Erica Curtis. She's trying to.
Oh, no, you're right.
Trying to-
Just peeling the, I guess. Oh, I thought it was a peel of the yellow, but now I'm not sure what the call was.
I mean, yeah, to me, that ice was right in between.
Yeah. Well, Haley has even more to work with here now, I think. She's,
Didn't see the room tour, but I guess this is a
I think
draw
she's
around
drawn right around.
those
and,
two scattered or staggered blues. If she ever gets around there.
she has a guard on the center line and on the corner now. So if she gets in there first.
Huge shot here for Heather Martin. If she ever gets it in. Girls have been
sweepers
off
are
it,
laying
eh?
off it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still seems to have a lot of speed coming in the house. Be interesting to see Stacy get up now. It's her rock now to take.
Yeah.
That's not what they want.
So Stacy can get out of jail now, maybe.
Yeah. So again, another decision here. But
Yeah.
now at this point, do you go with the guards or do you do that?
Do that. Yeah.
Get in there first. eh?
Yeah. If she gets in there, what does Haley do then?
Yeah. If she gets in there, corner, partially covered. I think it's the shot.
That was Heather's first, right?
That was.
Or was that her second? Yes. Yeah. It's her
Gotta get that shot clock up there.
yeah, it's coming. We need
Yeah,
we need
extra
more
people. Yeah,
retirees
that's
to
right.
to operate the
right.
the clock during working hours.
No, okay, so decision made, playing the draw.
Yeah, and
And
Sweepers
Erica,
are
who
laying
has
off
been
this as well.
struggling a little with her draw weight, this is the time to get it if she's going to get it.
little dusting there.
Got speed.
Ooh, now if she hangs that out there, though, that'll give.
Uh-oh.
Whoopsie daisy.
Where was that one? I think it wasn't shot, so
No, it was not
uh,
shot. Yeah.
I think it might. Yeah, that's close. So what happened there was when Stacy went to back up, she tripped over that rock. So this will be put back, and it'll be put back to the liking of Haley Gushue. She seems fine. She knew she was shot rock up there. So, and the bottom line is Erica was too deep again and managed back to Haley to make this draw. And I know Heather well enough to know that this will be closer to the last one. Now, watching this, the sweepers are absolutely pounding it. And again, this one doesn't look like it's. No, they've given up. It's just,
On the other end of the spectrum.
it seems like this is a part of what Cathy was talking about. When it gets into a line that it curls, it just takes the weight right out of it. But I mean, there's no excuse to being that light. So this
Oh, I got lots of excuses for being that late. Believe me,
Yeah, that's right.
I got ones for being heavy too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, something happened. Yeah, but that was a big miss there for Heather and for Team Gushue. They could have been in line too. Now that's controlled right back here now. If Stacy can ever get in there, two's going to be somewhere. But there's not a lot up front with the yellows that they can use for like a raise. So if Stacy can partly cover this shot rock.
It's actually, Rob, 3 missed shots in a row
Yeah.
now at a critical time in the game where either team really could have
Been
ran with it. Yeah.
Okay, we got Stacey Curtis now with her first rock. Here we are in the 10th end of this first draw of the ladies' Scotties Provincials there in Newfoundland and Labrador. And now we're back into critical time, and she needs a draw. Jessica was on it for a minute. Jessica's on what we call the straight side. I think Julie is saying that there's lots of weight, but they got to get by. So they sneak by, but again,
A little heavy heavy again.
What happens
Now,
if
where
they
does that
touch that?
Ooh.
So my eye, blue is lying one there, the one she just threw. But there's probably enough room to
Enough
tap
room
it.
to tap it, yeah, I think so.
But if she taps it, she's back behind the tee line, and then there's the.
Stacy will sit on top of that.
So this really has got to be above the tee and partially around that blue. Eric could just sort of confirm there. One yellow is two.
Mhm.
Oh, a couple of big shots to come.
A couple big ones, yeah. I guess she'll just try and stay in front of the tee here. Or,
I think she'll
or
want to, because
yeah,
if
just
she
wrap around the
comes deep,
blues.
well then Stacy comes on top of her
right,
over. But
get around the
get a corner around there.
Yeah,
Good shape. If she ever gets just a corner around and Stacy has to hit it, well then she'll have that little tap back. But this one is a big one.
yeah. Here she goes.
Shoot. Tay and Izzy now just off and on. They seem to like the weight.
Looks a bit wide, is it? Maybe.
She's calling it has to curl. Oh no.
Oh no,
burnt
burnt
it.
it. Oh my goodness.
Well, that's a real tough break.
Oh dear, oh dear,
So,
oh dear.
For those, the people that don't curl every day, I mean, obviously nothing can impede the rock while it's in motion. Sounds like the sweeper just nicked it or touched it, and it's an honesty game. And as soon as she touched it, she said, "Look, oh, I burned the rock, and it has to come out of play." So that's an unfortunate break there for him.
Another timeout here.
I'm out. I'm trying to think of what if she comes down and freezes her own. Well, there might be, if she leaves an angle, there might be a double or something, yeah.
Right.
But I mean, assuming she is shot, and what I can see is Jean might tell him to come up in front of it there.
Yeah. That yellow on the behind the guard there, there's the corner guard. There's no play on that whatsoever, I guess.
I don't think.
Don't think she can do anything with that.
No, it doesn't look like it by standing up there. So, right now, rock placement is going to be number one. I think she has to throw the same type of shot and get a corner around it, around those two staggered blues there, and then she'll be out of trouble. But I guess what they're looking at is don't set something up to give them a shot.
That's
maybe
right.
they can make it double and
That's right, because
get as hard as you can.
if they are shot, we think by that the blue on the back four, but only barely.
Only barely. But yeah, so if
and,
you go where
yellow
Erica's
was
broom
too.
was there, even if she makes the double, that one doesn't come into play because
Right.
the blue on the Remax blue. Yep. I think that's the play. I think that's what you're going to see when they come out. But they're so just take a quick look again over on ice one. It looks like after 9 now. Sarah, so that looks like it's Brooke Goslin, I think now is up 8-7. Oh, I'm wrong. No, it is. Yeah. So Brooke is throwing blue. So Brooke is up 8-7 after 9. So we got a big finish going over there too.
And Sarah has the hammer, I believe, on that one. Counting the rocks correctly.
Sarah does have it. Yeah. Down one.
Down one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, darn! There goes Jessica. I think she tickled it, and first, in good curlers that we are, worry about the ice. Don't ask how she's.
Yeah.
Just clean it.
Uh,
Thought she moved it, but that's not the
seems
guard
all
that's
right.
going to come into play anyway.
no.
Oh yeah, Jess is. All right. Her mom was.
That's right.
Okay, so the call I think is made. Serious that they want to come up to the at least the 8, maybe into just barely into the 4, but I think the top of the 8-foot here is Erica keeps looking at it.
Yeah, she must be. She's not as convinced as we are
That's
that
right.
that it's blue.
But
Obviously,
with this call, that is.
right, right.
So her main thing here now is to block that. Able to get down to it. If you leave up on the Remax sign or just right next to the blues that are there, that'll block Haley's path. Last rock
There she
for
goes.
Stacey Curtis here in the 10th end of this first draw. Hey, Scotties, if it's like this all week, we're going to see lots of rocks in play. Well, they got to pound this. They're late there. This is going to be just guard weight, but now you got to make sure that you can't come around guard and move.
Well, that might actually be in the draw path there. Oh no, it's over curling there now. I think, is it? Yeah. I was going to say I thought it might stay out there and be something else for Haley to look at, but
I think there's room.
the draw's there. Like
She has
for
to.
two.
She has to tap it.
Give it a
There's
little
no
tap.
doubt she has to tap it.
Oh, boy, what's going on here?
No, maybe that one, Trevor. That one now I'm standing up. That one probably stayed out far enough that that draw to the back of the four isn't quite there. Looking at other angles now.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, well, that gives you a good idea. You can see, so if you're looking at just look at the center line, and you can see that the one on the back of the four, so down low on the screen, is actually touching the red, and it's almost touching the center line. And if you go up to that blue guard, you can see that that's a full foot. So that one that Heather just passed is a full foot off the line. So she'd have to over curl to get it. So I think what she's looking at now is some type of a raise through the hole.
Well, we went through the whole game without a timeout, but we're making up for it here, hey?
That's right. Yeah. We're getting them all in.
Getting them all in.
Yeah. So the way Heather's looking at that, she'd have to roll that one in plus have to roll in the shooter.
Right.
So that's tough. So I think this is the call. Just so you got to raise her by that top and then just sweep it and carve it as much as you can to. Just has to make contact by what I see. Just contact for her too.
It's a tricky little shot, though.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
oh, definitely. I mean, she's got to throw that little bit of extra weight, back eight type of weight, which will, gives it that much less time to curl past that top guard. But here it is. It's in the hack and ready to throw. And we've come down to the last rock. If she makes the two, well, that's an extra. So very hard shot here, but lightweight, almost a heavy draw. Sneak by that top blue, and she's actually got to make contact with the blue in the back of the 8 foot. She can get her two. There's enough space between those two blues that if she taps it, get her deuce. Quite incredible. I mean, it's like say she's a girl or didn't expect to be skipping in a ladies provincials, and here she is now with last rock to tie with the defending champs. So
There she
Start.
goes. She's delivering the stone.
So from her hand, it was a little more thought.
Yeah, I think this is wide.
Oh,
and
it looks
heavy,
like
I
it's
think.
this. Now Satay is on it
Certainly
because it's got
wide.
to curl and curl and curl and curl, but she might have thrown a bit too much weight. I don't think they'll ever get all the way over.
No,
Coming through and
a
no.
little bit too much. Yeah.
Oh, so there it is. I mean, it's a, it's a one, and it's certainly a. Oh, we're gonna look at it again, but I don't think it matters. It's still only a one. They'd have to. Yeah, they would have had to score two. So no, so that's it. You can, and so I think it was a one for Gushue there, 9-8. So make the final 9-8. No, or was that a steal, Trevor? I might be wrong. That was probably a steal. Anyway, either way, it's game over here in draw one of the Newfoundland Lady Scotties tournament. So we have Stacey Curtis, defending champ, now is at a 1-0, and young Haley Gushue in her first game loses and goes 0-1, and we've got more games tonight, so we'll be going in for
7 o'clock
for
tonight.
7 o'clock
Absolutely.
tonight,
Another 2
and
games.
we certainly thank you. And we've had a great game. So I'm not sure who won. I think we can say that who won that one. Sorry, can't see. But tune in over. There's a few rocks left on ice 4 there with Nathan Young and Andrew Simmons. So flip over your screen and go see. We can do it. Good for us. See, that's when you're sitting with the boss here. So what we got going here now is this is the game with Nathan Young and Andrew Simmons, and Nathan, of course, is undefeated, 3 wins, and Simmons is 3-1. So see, there's a lot. You can't see him from here, but there's 4 rocks in front of young Sam Follett there, and so this is a. I'm just looking over the glass. This is going to be a hard. This is going to be thrown hard here, and he can probably move all of those yellows if he hits it perfect. So now, when Sam gets out of the way, they're sweeping it hard to curl. He's got to get half. 1, 2, and 3. He's moved 2 out, and there's 2 rocks left. He does have. Now that I'm looking at the scoreboard, I mean, blue does have last rock, so Nathan has last and up 1. So I think it's a good shot for him, but he's going to be forced to throw his last one. And so as you were saying, Trevor, tonight we're back on at 7 o'clock, and I think Goslin and Curtis are playing on ice 3, and Heather Strong and Laura Strong will be doing the commentary on that. And sheet 4, we have young Tipple and Trent Skanes. So that's Skanes can't lose anymore. He's got 2 losses now. So, and Andrew Manuel and Craig Dowden. So that should be a lot of fun to listen to those guys. So here's Simmons. He's going to make the hit and stick here now, and he's going to force. Going to force Nathan to. I think if he makes the hit and he sticks there, he's okay. So, and if he tickles the other one, he'll be okay. Listening for hints from the 2 veterans over there, Glenn Goss and Mark Noser. So a hit and stick here will win the game.
Yeah, it's a wide open hit, really.
Wide open. And you can count on this one being really close. Ethan's putting his 3-0 record on this shot, trying to stay undefeated.
Ooh, I thought he was going to throw more weight than that.
Nothing extra there, is there? Yeah. Seems to be in good shape. This is a little different ice than the other. This is really staying straight.
Isn't it, though?
Almost good. Got to curl that. Just got to curl it. Makes the hit, makes the stick, and makes the win.
Nothing to it.
Nothing to it for Nathan Young. So that's a big win for him now. So that puts him 4-0, and now it puts Simmons at 3-2 now. So yeah, this is getting jumbled up there. If Nathan goes through, there's going to be a lot of play downs for the lots of time left for sure in tonight's games. So now we'll sign off for sure, and we've got all the games over. In our game, of course, young Haley Gushue made a great effort of it for her first time playing, and but came out. Stacey Curtis, defending champs, came out on top, and they are 1-0. We'll see you a bit later on tonight. Thanks for joining in, and have a good night.